Yeah, it's not going very well for you either, so...
I also found out I don't have organs, so that's entertaining.
Yeah.
You don't need those.
No, apparently not.
Overrated.
What about...
Who needs organs?
What about the organs? They don't need those.
I mean, technically, less chance of me having a heart attack if I don't have a heart, you know?
You're just having a
You're
attack.
15.
Your body's been changing in ways you didn't expect.
Yeah, like,
This happens to every child as they grow up. Some more than others.
You
when
don't
does
have a
my
heart
heart
That's the
anymore.
grow in?
picture of Ellie.
Now she's
Just
really
like
gone
looking
into
for,
her
like-
goth phase. She no longer has a heart.
Why do I feel like...
When two beings love each other very much, or when one being dangerously covets the body of another and proceeds to subsume their entire being and slowly evaporate what grip on reality and self that they maintain.
Oh,
That's
Mr.
bad.
Vinny should go to sex ed. It'll be funny.
Oh my god.
Anywho, hello everyone. Welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with my players, Ellie,
Yo.
Kirv,
Hello.
Mortar for a bit,
Hello.
Romulus,
Hello.
and Vinny.
Hello.
So yes, we have Mortar for a little bit, then Mortar will disappear, and then Mortar will reappear later. Yeah.
I will be RB,
No,
as the kids say.
you'll miss the recap, and then you ask what happened. You already
I
know.
know,
I
it
told
would
you.
be very funny.
Oh my gosh.
He'll be right. Alright, so, in which case, let's have a quick recap while he's gone, so that he doesn't know what's happening. Because I woke up and chose Spite. Don't ask me why, these things happened. I don't know. It's because I've had my 3-hour nap today. Hello. Glad to have you back after the first of its kind life-changing event last session. So let's get a quick recap of that, shall we? Last session, our party of adventurers, Beau, Ellie, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had finished Zakers, and with that achievement completed, another stood in their way. With the idea finalized and the party ready to undertake it, the ritual to give Carvern scales back began. With this proceeding, with only a few hitches here or there, they each managed to overcome the ritual's main events. A few difficulties, resources spent, and damage taken. Ellie, otherwise exposed to a massive magical explosion from the shattering crystal that was Trelodex's core, she was thrown back, and her chest torn open as the scales hardened around Carvern. And the note of her having no heart was otherwise noted by all, as the creature had seemingly consumed it. With Kirv on the floor and Mortar rushing over, you watched and heard as Theomar shouted Ellie's name and rushed over to her in this moment. Romulus's ancient rune otherwise expiring in that moment as it flickered away, leaving but a crystal for her chest. So, in this moment, as the ritual begins to come to a close, the magic begins to wane and fade from the floor itself within the magnificent mansion. Ellie, you feel your body is heavy. It weighs you down almost like lead as your arms kind of collapse to either side of you. You feel dazed and dizzy. You hear the shout of your name and you hear the thunder, just this thundering of something as you watch as who you believe to be Theomar comes into view and just kind of holds his hands on either side of your head and otherwise looks you over. You're dizzy and find it difficult to really talk in this moment, as the rest of the party, with Mortar rushing over to Kirv, providing enough medical aid to keep her stable that she won't go down. Azera otherwise kneels down in this moment and pumps just enough healing to get Kirv conscious again, although she is otherwise on the ground and your body is racked with pain. the small shards of glass, crystal, otherwise having stabbed into you in places, as you feel almost this scratchy sensation across your body. It's going to take a little while to heal this sort of injury, but nothing you can't handle, and a good night's sleep might bring you back up to tip-top condition. What would anybody like to do in this moment?
Does Mortar want to do anything with Kirv? As I know you're on a bit of a deadline.
He's muted.
Okay. If Mortar has taken care of Kirv, and I assume Romulus, Zira, and Fairmar are attending to Ellie, then I'm going to check how Carvern is doing. The
Okay.
ritual was a success, but it was touch and go for a minute there, so I want to make sure she's doing okay.
Yeah. You step over the fading circle. Beau, still locked in place by the lock state, is just kind of trying to move his jacket and trying to pry his hands apart so that Carvern can move. As she kind of steps forward, the slight glow and the muddy look of the scales begins to peel away, revealing the prismatic array of scales underneath. As you watch as she just begins to kind of look over her hand, you can see almost these fresh but hardened crystalline claws. As she just kind of stretches them and flexes them, you see that she stretches her arms to either side, lifts them up in this kind of long stretch, and as she does so, you can hear almost a faint, almost clicking of everything falling into place as she just begins to stretch. And she's not as muscular as you once knew her. The act of being starved, flayed, and hanging from a ceiling for potentially weeks or months hasn't done her any good. Although she's been recovering recently, she's not as strong as she once was, but she now stands before you and seems far, far better than she had previously been. You know that she's taken some damage, and you can see that kind of in between a few of the scales there are like these small trickles of blood where damage has been sustained and the body has reacted not poorly. It's not going to reject the scales by any means, but damage has been sustained. She's not healthy, but with a little bit of care she should be bright as rain as she looks to you as you approach.
You're okay. It worked then?
Better than I was. It feels good to have scales back. Feels weird, but good. They feel lighter than my old ones.
Ellie did most of the work setting up the ritual. I don't pretend to understand it, but whatever it is they do, they should be pretty effective. Are you okay? The ritual was pretty intense. I don't think it was supposed to get that hairy.
No. From what Thamar and Treladex had informed me about it, it had a few risky parts of the procedure, but that was far more painful than I thought it would be. I wasn't ready for it, and I began to panic, but thank you for that song. It was much needed.
I'm glad it helped. It was the only thing I could think of in the moment.
It was a good memory.
It was.
And your friends okay?
I think they're being taken care of. If you're okay, I'll go and see if I can help.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll try and help Beau unstick himself from his jacket somehow.
Can I cast Dispel Magic?
You can, yeah. And the jacket goes loose once again as Beau, you watch as he immediately just scratches his nose and proceeds to reach for a drink. It seems like he may have had an itchy nose at some point during that ritual and wasn't able to scratch it because of what Ellie had done to him.
So he arguably had the worst experience during
Yes,
this
oh,
ritual.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was.
Which went on past the ritual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look,
Just a good
Carbon only had a
crystal,
disintegrate
yeah.
cast on her. Meanwhile, Beau was there with an itchy nose. So
Exactly.
yeah.
But can't itch it. I mean,
But
that is
couldn't
quite
itch it.
annoying. And he wasn't allowed to smoke and or drink.
Yep.
Either.
That whole
true.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
might be
this
the
is
longest that he's gone without drinking or smoking.
yeah, this is the most sober he's been. This is why he can't get out of his jacket. It's not that, the lock state, it's just he's too sober.
Yeah.
Even when he
It's
sleeps, he manages to light up a cigarette and take a swig. It's crazy.
it's at this point he just kind of goes, oh, I need a breath of fresh air. And he watches, he takes out a cigarette, puts it in his mouth, lights it, and then just walks over to one corner of the room and just sits down and begins to drink and smoke. Okay. With that, Mortar, is there anything you wanted to say to Kirv now that you're back? Or free?
Sorry, I missed the part when was Kirv stabilized?
Yes. Yep. Yeah,
You
you ran over
stabilised her.
and stabilized her, and then Azera pumped a point of healing in to help her out.
Okay, no worries. I guess as kind of Kirv stairs and stuff, Mortar will just kind of hold her in his arms and just kind of look down at her and just be like, "You okay? That was kind of nuts."
Did it at least fucking work?
Mortar looks at Carved. Does it look like it worked?
It looks like it worked. She otherwise is in the process of stretching and kind of flexing the scales and the muscles beneath.
Mortar will look back at Kirv. It looks like it worked.
She'd better be useful to us in the future.
Well, I mean, I made her a sick coat as well, so fingers crossed that actually, hopefully I get to see that in action. That'd be sick. Also, she's got my fucking knives still. I wonder if she's any good with them.
Why does she have your knives?
Oh, basically, I gave it to her like a starter item because she was more or less starting from zero, and I felt bad for her. I was kind of like, her kind of arsenal was being taken away. She lost a lot of her strength and stuff, so gave her some of those as kind of a temporary kind of fix until she finds her feet again, basically. But if she wants to use them, then great. I mean, I'm happy to stick with Old Faithful, and Mortar spins Black Scorpion and holsters it again.
And you accuse me of being kind.
I don't think I've ever accused you of being kind.
Kirv pulls out the little engraved thing that calls her, was it kind? What was it? The literal gift you gave me.
Mortar
With
looks at
kindness
it and goes,
engraved on it.
Evidence.
Mortar just goes, huh. I didn't mean it in an accusatory sense, though. I think I meant it in a genuine, kind of way. I mean, you see, when you read that, it doesn't look like I'm pointing the finger at you, screaming, "You're so kind, how could you?" At least that's not the voice that I intended it to be in. But hey, are you seriously though? Are you sure you're okay? Because the
shards that flew into me.
Yep.
They're probably still there, right? Yeah, in my horns.
Okay.
In your horns, in your skin. Most of it bounced off your armor. It just kind of nicked and caught in places. There are a few places that might scar over, but
So
I'll
when
probably
you
get some cool scars out of it.
I don't know if you've ever done it before, where you jump through a stained glass window and land in a really cool pose, but you realize you're actually covered in glass. That's kind of what you look like right now. So you look really cool.
Genuine smile.
I'll leave you two to it. And Sarah gets up and goes and helps Ellie.
Wait, you were just here this whole time? You're just watching us talk?
I'm the one who healed her. He gets up and leaves.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was my... Never mind. I thought it was my raw charisma.
Oh god.
Never mind, I'm sorry.
No, that's what stopped her. That's what stopped her from dying. Zero stopped her from being sleepy.
You see, that makes more sense. I'm glad we're all on the same page. But hey, Mortar will kind of call over to Carver and I'll say, "Looking good, Carver."
Thanks. As she finishes stretching and you see Vinny is turned around and seems to be either in the process of preparing to check on Kirv or Ellie.
Okay, as I'm heading over, how are you two? Kirv, it looked like you got hit pretty bad. Are you all right?
This? Nothing.
She's so hot.
Just coughing up a bit of blood.
Mortar's biting his knuckles so hard.
Blood literally trickling out of her mouth.
Hanging on to life. Mortar. God, that's hot.
Remember, we do have rooms here. Just make sure you get some rest afterwards.
Mortar raises an eyebrow.
Oh god.
Head over to check on Ellie.
Oh my god.
I need to be right back, though. I'll just be a second.
That's right.
I think Mortar as kind of he was saying to Carver and oh yeah, looking good and stuff, he'll just shout, "Knife me!" and he'll hold up a hand. I want to see how good she is with those knives.
What?
God! What is wrong with this guy?
What should I see?
I don't fucking know. 1,000,000.
1,000,000?
No, I think it's 18 or something. It's either 18 or 17. I'm not sure.
She hits.
Banging.
You take 6 points of piercing damage, and the knife.
Was it
reappears
a
back in the
good
sheath.
throw? Was it a good throw?
Yes.
That's more what I'm getting at.
Clean.
Hell yeah.
A straight shot. She's got experience with using weapons, and in this instance, it seems that she's gotten used to relying on a bit more dexterity as opposed to strength and the application of it.
I like the idea that Mortar holds up his hand and says, "Knife me," and the knife goes through his hand. He just looks at it, looks at Carver, and smiles and goes, "Nice," before it reappears back in her sheath.
Oh god. I would have cried if he'd gone down to that. Oh.
It would have been so funny and poetic.
It would have hit me
straight through the throat. Just absolutely bodies him.
Rolls a crit, misses the hand, hits his throat, and Mortar's just like, "Worth it," and dies.
Mortar's just nods in approval as he's dying. He's smiling so wide as blood is bubbling at the corner of his lips.
Just bleeding out next to Kirv. Who's bleeding?
It's a very Romeo and Juliet picture because Kirv is very much okay and Mortar is dying.
Oh, I can't leave him unattended at all.
Nope, you can't. But as that happens, Ellie, you're otherwise kind of leaning against the wall, a bit dazed and hazy. Have we got a Romulus? Has he returned? Yes, still muted. Okay. As Thermar rushes over, you can hear your name being said, and as the world begins to clear up a little bit more, you see Thermar just kind of look over his shoulder. You can see Romulus looking down at you, and the two of them say something as you see Thermar stops kind of meeting your gaze and looks down. And as your eyes follow his gaze kind of drearily and almost in a haze, you look down and you can see where your shirt and chest was has now been torn open. You can see almost this smooth black interior where there should be bones, where there should be interior to it. And instead you can see this cracked chunk of crystal and a small silver chain that has broken off, and bits of it have embedded itself around around this chunk of crystal that's now seemingly almost forming this weird cage as bits of the black kind of ichor thin strands are chucked over the top, almost as if trying to cage and house it. As it's beginning to fill its gap once again.
She looks down, just like, doesn't laugh, but sort of like, of course, sort of ordeal. He coughs up some more blood. I think there's something missing.
You nearly go and die, and that's the first thing you say. And you can see that there are almost a thin layer of tears kind of at the edge of his eyes, almost like relieved that you're okay.
She stops for a second, just like after having that laugh, and looks.
And he otherwise takes you in for a hug and just kind of holds you tight, making sure not to break that one hit point that you have left, but...
Insight check.
Insight check, alright.
I'm kidding.
That's a 3.
God.
You're suspicious.
Yeah.
He's trying to kill her. She's got one hit point. She's vulnerable. He can stab her while she's vulnerable. His own granddaughter. He can end the line and start again.
Oh my god. That's
To be
exactly what I
honest, I'm not
feared.
really sure how much of this line he wants here.
Cover, knife me. You need to hold me back.
Knife me!
Straight in the side of the head.
Second knife!
Oh, Cover throws another dagger. This one throws another dagger.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Ellie.
I'll catch up with you guys in a bit.
Okay.
So it's Carver and throw in another universe as Carver and throws another dagger and lands a critical hit on Ellie. She dies. As it's a pretty. It was natural 20, so you know it's happened.
Oh my god.
As in this moment, Thermar just kind of holds and hugs you. There's a moment
I'll hug him back.
where Romulus just kind of looks about and he's not sure whether to join in on the hug. Do you wish to kind of reach out to kind of invite him into it?
At the split minute, she's kind of just hugging her granddad. It's the first time she's actually seen him express emotion like that. So it's just like, it's okay. Yeah. And then just sort of like looks over and sees Romulus, sees the smashed body of Trollodex, what she ploughed through.
Yep.
Sees Lotus just behind. It's like, kind of just holds her arm up to Romulus. Like, we're all here. And just kind of wants to hug the two people that kind of mean the most to her at the time.
And as Romulus otherwise joins in on the hug, you feel kind of this warmth come from your chest in that moment, and you hear a voice. I believe that worked. And you recognize Trellodex's voice.
She kind of like recoils back. So like, no, for well, his gems exploded. His body's
Crumpled.
broken.
Yeah. His body, which was his vessel, is crumpled on the ground, and you can see that it's kind of fading with magic. as the spell's beginning to unravel and peel itself apart. You broke concentration for certain on this, and yet the body that has embodied this moment is still just kind of peeling and breaking away, as you can see that the draconic form seems to have its claw on the other half of Trilodex's gemstone, which is currently near the middle of or just off to the side of where the ritual circle was.
Where are you?
I'm inside. I've taken the place of what was taken from you. I'm in your chest or heart.
It's just, at this point, she's just like, oh, you know what? I'm too tired.
Get some
Later.
rest.
And she just kind of slumps down, and on her face, around where all the corruption is, you can see her skin starting to burn, almost like acid damage is being done. As she's done.
Yeah.
She's gonna take a sleep.
To this point, kind of Theomar kind of holding on to you. There's a moment of uncertainty. That's going to happen. Just roll a medicine check. Oh, cool. Another natural 20. All right. So he looks at you and he just goes, she needs some rest. Sarah, Romulus, you don't mind. And as he stands, he looks over and you see Hearn otherwise just kind of trudge over and otherwise scoops Ellie up, almost as if he's done this before. And despite Ellie weighing a near ton, he carries her off to her room.
Romulus is just internally going, I could have done that.
You probably could have, but Hearn was here. And
as he carries Ellie off, there's black tendrils coming from her back where her spines were, and they're dragging bits of bone and crystal behind it. Just I don't know why, but there is.
As Ellie is taken off to her room to otherwise relax, Theomar otherwise looks about the rest of you. Well, while she rests, if the rest of you would like to do the same, you're welcome to do so. I will be leaving early in the morning tomorrow, so stay as long as you need. And Azera, I would like to talk to you about more of these details if you're willing to come with me where I have to go tomorrow. Azera nods. And, I can go with you. Yeah. I hope that she's okay, and the rest of you are. And looks over at Carvern, who at this point has gone from flexing and just kind of checking that everything's all in place and as it should be, to she now has her elven warhammer and is just kind of spinning it and almost enjoying taking almost a little bit of practice in this new body.
Yeah, she'll be right.
I think we all could use a rest.
Agreed. You're welcome to rest should you need to. May mess up a little bit of your sleep schedule given the time of day, but
I don't really think anyone can begrudge us too much.
No. Your rooms are here as they were. Use them as you see fit, and for any of you that do not feel like you need to rest, try to get some in for your companions. For the nature of this, if there's anything that anyone would like to do, simply speak up and say as such. Otherwise, you can either spend a little bit of time doing downtime activities if you would like, while you're in Gommeldur. Alternatively, You can otherwise, if you would like to, all initiate a long rest, where those of you who don't necessarily need the sleep will take the time just to kind of medically tend to yourself and get a little bit of rest, or nap, shall we say. And the rest of you will, those who need the long rest, will have it. So it will push the long rest forward, which means that you'll be sleeping. You would start long rests around midday from here on, as opposed to late evening, early night, which means you would be off kilter from it all, so you'd have to
Correct that.
at some point, but
Mm.
it depends
Do
on
that
what you're
on the
going to do
road.
next.
Romulus, had an intention to save my actual long rest for later and do a bit of work stuff. I would like to make the I would like to carve the item required for contingency.
Okay. In which case, we'll say that the long rest will just happen at a later date, and Ellie will spend that whole time sleeping as need be.
If that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm really sorry, I just got back. What?
no, that's right. So
was that?
you have about 6 to 8 hours of time that you can kill. If there's anything you would like to do during that time to prep, plan, chat. Ellie has been taken to her room. She's going to be resting for basically the next 20 hours or so. As she is exhausted, affected by using a lot of her spell points in all one go. And yeah, you have some time. But it seems that Theomar and Azera will be leaving tomorrow morning. So you have effectively the rest of the day to do whatever you might need. You are in Gomuldur, Dwarven City, so if there's anything you would like to try and do or achieve, or if you just want to have it be that you'll relax and there's nothing you desperately want to do, we can move to the next day and whatever would awaits for your adventure.
If possible, at some point, I would like to talk with Romulus.
Okay.
Are you alright to do that whilst I'm carving?
That should be fun.
Yeah, I think that should be fine.
Since we've just come from somewhere quite dangerous and are probably about to go back into danger, I'd like to send a letter before we leave.
Yeah. How would you usually send your letters? Is it usually by the abbots?
I think I'd just been looking for,
Like runners and stuff?
yeah, like couriers that I can pay out a bit extra if there's
Okay.
like people that can get it faster or with extra security, but I don't
I'll
I
say...
think it's far enough that it needs to be like transported at super high speed.
In which case I'll say go ahead and roll me a investigation, survival, or persuasion check of your choice. The idea being that persuasion will be asking around, investigation will be kind of taking notes of your surroundings, and perception will just be, and survival will be trying to understand the nature of the lay of the land and remembering it from last time you were here.
Yeah, I'm going to make this investigation. I know persuasion is technically my house number, but this is how I think. Vinny wants to figure out this city as well.
Okay.
+7, so 16.
Okay, 16. As you wander around for a little bit, otherwise passing by kind of large numbers of Dwar, various Humes, Archon, and all kinds of individuals throughout the city itself, you begin to remember back when you were here. You know that you were on the civilians' quarter. Next one up was the Crafters' Sanctuary. The one after that was the Mercantile District. And then the first layer was the Central Ward, which was the main military and defensive nature of it. By that reasoning, the Mercantile District is probably the best place to go, because that probably has the form of couriers, individuals you'd pay. With that information, you spend a little bit of time wandering to the second layer and having a look around the mercantile district. It doesn't take you long to find a what looks to be an individual who's kind of hanging out with a few other individuals outside of a small tavern called the Lyrical Hag. And you can see what looks to be kind of this tall, kind of dark-skinned Ishlan individual, kind of what looks to be some form of under-elf, and is currently there, just kind of swirling a mug, talking to a dwarf across the way. But you can see the telltale signs of a feather kind of coming from a small beret, a satchel to one side, and the telltale signs of a courier. As you approach their table, she just kind of looks up. Yeah?
Yeah. Apologies to disturb. Are you working currently?
If you're looking to have something sent, I can. Depends on where you need it to go.
Can you go as far as the north coast? Up to Hammerwind?
Be a distance, but I can. Say distance that far, I'd probably have to take the safer route, which would be slightly longer. So she kind of has a quick think. Just kind of looks over, pulling out a small map. Just kind of has a look.
As a note, since we don't have a map of this area, I don't suppose I could take a quick look at this, just get my bearings a little better.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and make me I'll say a survival check for this, because this will be specifically trying to pick out details. As she kind of looks over the map and has a look over it. Okay. It'll be, for a normal individual, you'd be looking at a little bit over 2 weeks to get there. So if you're wanting this there quick, I can try to run the whole way. It'll be quite the journey, but I can get it there, probably there within a week if you need it there quick. Otherwise, I can probably do it in, say, a little under 2 weeks without too much stress.
It's not amazingly time sensitive. That should be sufficient.
Alright then. In which case, a little under 2 weeks, but more than a week. That'll run you 40 gold. And is it a parcel of particular note? And what would be inside it if it is? If it's a letter, then I can take that as is.
Letter and a small parcel.
Alright.
I'll take out the letter, which I'll have prepared, and...
Yep. For safety's sake, what's in the parcel? Is it anything that would be contraband or dangerous?
Nope. I'll give it a rattle and it'll make a rather telltale noise.
Ah. Sending money back home. Understood? In which case, for the sake of discretion, because of the value of this, I will guess, assuming it's not all copper pieces, we'll say a 10 gold piece insurance, so that if it does go missing, then my group can get in contact and return the funds.
Sounds fair. Who should I be looking to contact in case of such an event?
Gestures over above them towards the to the Lyrical Hag. We work out of this place. Talk to Nisso. She's the one in charge.
Will do. Alright, so 50 gold total then.
Yes. The Dwar individual just kind of sips his mug and kind of looks you up and down, not in a bad way by any means, but in just like a appraising to get the idea of is this a shady individual or not. Although he himself looks shady. Well, certainly is welcome to do something like that and go that far north. If you don't mind, I will be doing a call around for heading up through Hammerwind and dropping anything off along the way, along the route that I take. So there may be a give or take on a day or two, but it should still arrive in good time for anything.
That's fine.
All right. Well, pleasure doing business.
Quite all right.
You hand her the 50 gold. She kind of takes it, puts it into her satchel, and you have an esteemed eye, and as a kind of a higher level adventurer, this would be something that you would note. As she puts the package into her bag, you expect to hear rattling as it heads in, but it simply disappears and makes no noise. Seems a bag of holding for a courier is a very useful item.
Makes sense. Okay, yeah, hand over the letter and parcel and the fee.
Okay.
I should state for notice, it's 100 gold.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those that, unless it was platinum, it was going to be one of those of, she was assuming it was going to be about 50 to 100 gold. So it's not enough to warrant it being more, but unless it was pure platinum, there wasn't going to be issues there. Okay. As you kind of take that, she kind of nods, lifts her mug, takes a drink, and you watch she stands up and heads inside. Okay. Is there anything else anyone else would like to do before the day is up? Romulus is carving contingency, and Kirv wanted to talk to Romulus. Mortar currently isn't here and Ellie is sleeping, so I guess the last thing we go to is Kirv and Romulus.
So where will I be finding Romulus?
Romulus is probably, I would say, in whatever passes as Romulus's room, just currently working on this little thing. I believe we're making use of the giant's tooth?
Yes, a small piece of the giant's tooth, so you could still use a large chunk of it for your weapon, but you would still be able to use this small piece to aid Ellie's contingency.
Yeah, because then I could put my runes on it, because it was a high quality.
Because it was a high quality material, yeah.
Yeah.
Very high quality.
Yes, correct.
So I will be just carving off a small chunk and making good use of it.
So, Kirv, as you go...
To be fair, a certain amount of this would have had to have happened anyway to shape it in the way I wanted, so I'm just going to say this is like getting a start on that.
Yeah, that's fine. As Kirv, you go looking for Romulus, you otherwise head to his room, and heading in, you can see that Romulus is currently sat at a desk. Kind of, there's this glowing, almost magical light just overhead, as it otherwise is beaming down onto him. Romulus, you kind of hear someone enter the door behind you.
Ah, Romulus.
Oh, hello there, Kirv. Don't mind me, just doing a bit of carving. What is up?
I just wanted to see how you were doing.
Well, I'm all right. I think it's been a bit of a stressful few days, so just doing this to, well, get it done and also have a bit of a rest.
I know Ellie's been through a lot recently, which means you've been through a lot recently. I think you probably worry more than she does.
I don't know if that's quite true. She worries well enough for multiple people. But I certainly am glad to be out of that particular dungeon. And to be resolved and not dealing with any major issues at the moment. How about yourself? Well, I know that you've been dealing with quite a chunk as well.
I'm always all right, but that does actually bring me on to something else. Since now the Lord of Crows seems to have given the task to go to the pit to somebody else, it seems more of a race. I need to try and get the goose before this other person does. Otherwise, I can't keep up my end of the bargain of our deal. Whoever this other person is, I have no doubt will have perhaps some of the Lord's powers, or at least something that makes them seem more suited to the task than I.
And perhaps you're concerned?
I remember you telling me that you don't lose fights because you know you can't. I thought that was very arrogant and naive of you at the time. But especially after the architect, I think I need to learn to be more confident in my own abilities.
Confidence doesn't hurt, as long as you don't go overboard. I will say, the reason I don't lose is because I always act in the mindset as such. I may lose the battle, but I will do my best to go down fighting. And if I have to sacrifice something to win or succeed in what my actual aim is, then I will do that. It's not about arrogance, it's about determination. I think a bit of confidence and determination could serve you well, Kirv. You are more capable than I think you give yourself credit for. How can I help?
I want to be better at fighting. I was never a fighter, not really. And the hexblade I was given does most of the work. I swing, I hit, I swing, I miss.
So you want my help in learning to use a large two-handed weapon?
Seems appropriate, no?
Fair enough, I cannot deny I have a great amount of experience. We can add some sparring into our morning routine. I'll show you some tricks of the trade, and I don't know, maybe you show off some of your magical bits and bobs, and I'll try and learn something there, eh?
Magical bullshit, as my siblings call it. And
Indeed.
I'll see what I can do. You have an admirable soul, Romulus.
Thank you. I think we all just work to do our best. And I think in that regard, you too have an admirable soul. Mayhaps that's why you've got so many patrons sniffing after it.
Kirv looks a little confused. Almost sort of reaches up to where like her heart would be and sort of imagining almost like she can touch her own soul. Do you know much about fiend souls?
I can't say that I do. I was under the impression that it was much the same as everyone's.
I see. I will leave you to your crafting. Apologies for interrupting. I'll see you in the morning. And she will make for the door.
All right. Romulus is confused.
Okay. As you continue working, whittling on your for the contingency. During this time, Theomar and Azera have a chat. During this time, Theomar asking questions, writing down notes, and Azera asking what he can, answering what he can, and asking questions of his own, to which Theomar answers to the best of his knowledge. Hearn takes up residence on his stool next to the front door of the magnificent mansion, as was his charge. As Mortar gets some rest, relaxing, wandering around the city for a little bit, taking in a few details before heading back. Kirv, you get some much-needed rest.
Mm-hmm.
And get an early night so you can be refreshed and ready for whatever exercises Romulus has for the morning. Meanwhile, Romulus, you work feverishly into the evening, and as night begins to coil closer, you finish up the last finishing touches of this well-decorated icon before heading to bed yourself. Ellie, as you sleep through all of this, getting the much-needed rest, the otherwise unobserved sound of coiling and writhing ooze, the sound of clicking and cracking bone and skin and otherwise crystal as well as you rest, as changes begin to happen to your body now that stuff has been revealed and adjusted. And Vinny, as you sit down, what was the survival check that you got for the map? Can't remember if I asked. It was an 8 plus your survival.
Yes, so 11 total.
11. You can see that this is a map of most of the region. It seems to be one that encompasses more of a northern border, kind of considering Gomuldur as the bottom half of this. And unscrolling it seems to piece together with another map as well, that goes further north into kind of the northern region. Looks like there are like specific notations, and otherwise you don't necessarily get a perfect map of it, but you are now a bit more aware of like locations of things and might help recall in certain scenarios. But 17 days is about right for a typical traveller. So, as you get to rest, Vinny, unless there's anything else you would like to do before the day is up.
I was thinking maybe if Carvern is up to it, we could do some very light sparring.
Yeah. As Carvern seems to kind of flex flexing the new scales and enjoying them and doing kind of her own exercises to get used to the hammer, you suggest this to her. Go ahead and roll me your choice of acrobatics or performance. I'll also allow athletics as well if you would wish.
Go for acrobatics here. Dirty 20.
Okay. Taking a more defensive stance on the matter, as Carvern, using athletics, only got a 10, unfortunately, with the poor roll, as she takes a few swings here or there, kind of getting used to the lightness of the weapon itself and the speed with which it can swing. You manage to step and dodge, parry, and otherwise flourish your way out of taking any real damage, as she continues getting not necessarily more angry but more used to each of the attacks, as she begins to get a bit more comfortable with the weapon. Go ahead and make me another one, if you will. This time she rolled a lot better.
Okay. And I rolled worse. That's a
Ooh.
15.
I got a 23, as
Nice.
she's taking these swings and getting more used to it. It's almost as if she's following your pattern of flourishes, and as you go to change it, she takes that moment to almost adjust and sees that there is a momentary blip between the changing of your patterns. And with a single feint, which you've never seen her use feints before, she was very much when she fought, it was a matter of, I will hit you and you will go down. This has very much become more of a craft in this moment. As she takes the swing, she feints with it, swings it back around, and manages to get a clock on you, almost withholding the damage from doing anything significant to you, but enough to catch you on the outside of your thigh, on the other side, before kind of stepping away, and knowing now that it seems that she has gotten a better grasp of it. The act of potentially tapping to mark when you have hit somebody effectively, like you would in fencing, for example, may be necessary in this moment. So I'd like you to go ahead and make me one more roll, as we'll see how this goes. And there we go, back to being low again. That's a 12.
Uh, 21.
Yeah. As now getting to a point of not necessarily overly taking it serious. You're not fighting for your death, but sparring in this moment. You parry, dodge, tap once. You do the same again, adjusting to her pattern, her speed. Something that she is still getting used to, but you are managing it bit by bit. Tapping, winning the equivalent of points if they would be, but otherwise showing the superiority in speed, but definitely a good development for Carvern. With that done, Carvern otherwise kind of puts the hammer to one side, just kind of nods in appreciation to the practice that seems that she's wanted to spar with someone today. And this has been a good way to release a little bit of anger while also making her a bit more practiced for this and what is to come.
Yeah. I think we both know that results in a sparring hall don't really translate that well into results on the actual battlefield, but I hope this was useful.
No, that's true, given most things don't dance around like you do and flourish. Most things just swing their claws or their teeth at you and hope to land a killing blow. But I suppose in this moment, it'll be good enough. We'll have to see. And I do hope... I haven't heard any of you discuss the matter of what you're doing next, but I do hope we go to deal with Lord Trustin straight away. I don't like to think of what he might be getting up to in the allegiance with Cassius and the one who leads and ringleads it all.
No, that they're dangerous and they're working actively. Leaving them to their own devices for longer than is necessary is... We don't know how much stronger they could be or closer to achieving their goals by the time we are ready to actually confront them.
Agreed. And speaking of, do you know if we'll be walking or... You've got new magical friends who apparently can travel great distances, so are we... walking there? If we're heading through Zaka's, I might be able to call on some favours. I hope Riot wasn't too troublesome, if you ever spoke with him.
I did. He was defensive. He knew you were in trouble and didn't know all the details.
Yeah, nor did I at that time. I thought you were a traitor.
He did what he thought he had to. I don't begrudge him that.
Might be able to ask him for some help. He may not necessarily be able to get us into the manor to deal with Lord Trustin, but he might be able to create a distraction if we need it. Sure, I could ask him of a few favours there.
Any help that's at our disposal would be worth it. I don't really know what travel arrangements are. We'll have to discuss that.
It's good to be back. Even if things are a bit different. And she kind of looks over her shoulder almost as if something caught her attention before kind of looking back at you.
Good to have you back. I'll offer her a hand to shake and then head off.
Okay. She takes it. Not as strong as it once was, but still firm. As you take the handshake and head to your room for the night. As she does the same.
Yeah, I don't suppose when I turned to leave, I happened to see anything where she was looking.
No. It's strange, you don't.
Spoopy.
Does this mean we have a Dan?
This means we have a Dan.
Wonderful.
Or someone's doing a really good impression.
Yeah. Yeah, could be. Doppelgangers.
This means we have a Dan.
The original.
What this means is
Nah,
Jen
too
used a
manly.
lot.
Too manly to be Dan.
Nah,
Too manly.
Too manly.
I was about to say. You've really got to sound like your balls are just itching to come out, but they're too shy. You know.
Oh man!
You really got to get that squeak and just twist the left nut and twist the right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get the perfect Dan.
I'm staring at my ceiling, and then all.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the perfect Dan. I could. You know what? Given enough time, I could probably work on it.
Yeah, probably. I'm not very dimensional. I'm pretty one-dimensional. You'll be able to figure me out.
So does this mean that, like, your nuts change the pitch of you and...
Let's... Why?
What Chris is currently envisioning is sort of like a nut chain situation in order to elevate and lower the pitch.
Well, it's actually more like you think. It's more actually.
The knob is not involved.
It's closer. Actually, closer to more of a DJ mix desk, but it's testicles.
What?
Anyway, Mortar would like to approach.
You've heard of turntables? Get ready for testicles.
Testicles.
Oh, what's
Hey!
Oh, I don't know what they're called. The musical devices that you move your hand and it makes different pitches of sounds.
Theremin.
That's the one. Yeah.
Testicles.
So I'm just imagining that with like Dan, but instead of hands, it's just it's thereminning that, and it's just like.
Wait, you're imagining my testicles, Chris.
All
I'm flattered.
They all look the same. It is 2 balls.
I guarantee you they are
balls
much
have you
more impressive
seen,
in your
Chris?
mind.
Sex ed.
Oh, the balls. Anyway, where are we?
I remember on sex ed day, our sex ed
dangly
teacher would wander around the
some.
school with a plastic pair of testicles, otherwise strapped into his belt that hang behind him, so that people would
What?
be like, "What on earth is going on?" And then he'd walk into
Wait, your
class
teacher
and
had a
pull
strap
them
on?
out.
That sounds like harassment.
Ah.
That sounds like
So
harassment.
many questions here.
I
He was a weird
fuck
teacher.
this. I'm gonna go get a cider. I'll be back in a minute.
And on that note, we will have a quick break as you all take your long rest and prepare for the journey in the morrow for whatever.
Underclothes,
awaits.
overclothes, wandering free. The 2 balls of dang.
Commoner weed.
I was gonna go with Daniel's trousers away.
All right. The lesson of part 1 has been some people shouldn't be allowed to work with children. Tune in for part 2 where D&D will happen.
TLDR.
We've been fucking about so much.
And
That's fine.
hey, we have simply been engaging in a scientific experiment in all about how to make people laugh through physical stimulation. That's right, test tickles.
Fuck off. Fuck off, Harlan. Fuck off, mate.
Oh,
Hey, Harlan, have
you
inspiration.
Out of here.
Don't
encourage
encourage him.
Fuck out of here.
I already have. He gets
Oh.
inspiration. You can't stop me on the DM.
In what world do we live in where we reward this bullshit? I want to live in this world so bad.
Your only other option is to die.
He already did that. Anyway,
Did I
Yeah.
choose? Yes.
right.
I need.
I'm going to be right back. And then when I return, we will continue. But for anyone who sticks around and or gets back before me, you might
Finds
want to
out.
discuss what
Oh.
your next plan is, because I mean, now it's entirely on you where you want to go. And if you don't go to Lord Trustin's Manor, there is not a map. So I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So we're taking
I
a
have-
long rest.
I have something I would like to do, and it would be talking to Kirv about going to speak to this guy about. Apparently, she knows somebody who can make some really cool prosthesi. There was too many sisses in the first one, so I'm going to go with prosthesi. But yeah, I think that will be Mortar's probably next move. He wants a bit of an upgrade to his real janky stuff.
Mhm.
Didn't you talk about this before? And Kirv said it wasn't in this plane.
I don't remember that. Or maybe I chose.
Maybe
maybe I
remember
chose
you
not to hear
asking
it.
before.
Maybe I chose not to hear it.
I just want you to know, I'm so sorry, Ellie. We're not on a plane. We're
Fuck
in a
off.
house.
Harlan, you already have inspiration. Shut up.
I do this for
say
the
that.
love of the game.
We're,
I
we're
would
in
do
a
this
magnificent,
Harlan's
we're
like,
in a
this is my
magnificent
shtick and you're
mansion.
gonna like it.
Like, I'm going with this is probably the closest we're gonna get to just camping out at another plane for a little while.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. But yeah, so that'll be my point of call. But if anybody else has something they want to do, then we can do that.
I've already spoken to
yeah, we've all
Romulus
done.
about the fighting thing. And
Oh,
also,
man, I missed that. Damn it.
yes. And
Ah.
a mysterious and intriguing comment about fiend souls.
Oh. Fiend's holes or fiend's souls?
I'll go back.
Sadly, in this case, it was souls.
Shit. That one wasn't on my bingo card, so.
Oh God.
Yeah. So and then what after? So after this, our main kind of objective is heading to old Dickhead's mansion.
I'm assuming Trustee's Manor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Okay.
the plan. So we're taking
Well, I
a
don't
short
trust
rest
him one
and
bit.
then-
Chris isn't here to give you inspiration.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I don't need it. I don't need it. Was the goal to kill Preston, or was it to
I think
interrogate him?
I don't know. I was just gonna just.
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping we were gonna like swat his house. Like, I'll shoot the door in with a shotgun.
I'd say I don't think we're gonna be able to do this sneakily.
Oh, thank God.
I mean,
Make some fucking noise.
I mean, I don't know how sneaky Ellie can be, but she has an earth elemental. She's a new form herself, and a dragon. I'm not going to be casually sneaking up to her front door.
Master of stealth. I don't know. You should put the makeup on yourself and you'll blend right in. Just go for like some solid state camouflage from everybody.
I have returned.
She's never done makeup. You saw what happened to poor Lotus.
Lotus is fine.
Bless her. That's camouflage, right?
Yes.
So Dan, I heard you said you wanted to do something before or as I stood up and headed off.
Yes. So I would like to Kirv. I may have misremembered. I don't remember if Kirv said this was on another plane or not.
Okay.
But Kirv had mentioned something about someone she knew who could make Mortar a new prosthesis or prosthesi. That may be an upgrade to what he currently has, and he's very much curious about that and would like to try to chase that up, see what that's all about.
Okay.
I don't believe Mortar knows. I think I said it offhandedly out of the session.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, never mind then. In which case, then fuck me.
Sure.
No, it means you can ask in session.
I'm with you.
All right,
Okay.
No,
I'm ready.
Fuck off. No.
Have we got Vinny back?
No.
You're all oiled up and good to go.
Hell yeah.
Fuck my life!
Okay,
Eat some
and
meat and
Vinny,
some cheeks.
Vinny, Mortar, it's time. 3, 2, 1. We all do the Pillarmen pose.
Yes.
Oh my word. Hold on.
I'm going to the workroom. I'll catch you all later on.
No.
That's the fucking best. Oh my word. That's fucking
Hold
good.
on. Do you mean this one? Give it a second.
Oh no.
Don't.
Yeah, I missed some shit, clearly. It's you guys are all
No.
much more insane than when I left.
No. No, take me back. That's not.
That's okay. Opportunity's gone now.
What back alley Bollywood stuff were you playing there, Chris?
I have no idea. It took forever to load. There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, legally we can't do
Yeah.
more than that. Legally we can't do more than that.
I know.
Yeah,
I stopped
agree.
it.
I thought.
I stopped it at 10 seconds. Look, it's no more than that. It's fine.
I want to play in that
Oh.
campaign. Oh my god.
Hey, look, we can run a one shot like that one day.
That's so funny.
We all become intensely muscular for no apparent reason.
And intensely homosexual.
Oh my god, Chris, can
We
you
are
give us
all going to be
stands?
oiled up.
Oh,
We're
good
all
lord.
gonna be held up. I like
I like the silly idea of like we just see a like we pan across each character, and it's just like
I have,
Mortar,
yeah.
intensely muscular. Kirv, intensely muscular. Romulus hasn't changed. Vinny, intensely muscular. And just keeps going.
Romulus just becomes a singular ab.
One large ab.
One large hairy ab.
Oh my word.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be like the Harry Spotter meme stuff, if you've seen that.
Oh, do you
The
mean
AI
like
shit.
Oh god,
I disagree
the
with
worst thing is
AI,
sometimes I do
but
laugh
Harry
at them.
Spotter is funny.
Was it Ron
Oh.
Weasley? Like
Yep,
whey protein? Yep.
yep. Anyway,
You're a
Oh.
lifter, Harry.
dumbbell door.
Oh.
Oh, that's very good.
So, as you each wake the next morning, with Kirv and Romulus beginning their first practice session of learning to wield a blade 101, as...
Could I potentially watch?
Don't touch the pointy end.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch as Romulus and Kirv go about just performing various flourishes, or not necessarily flourishes, but strikes repetitively over and over, taking on certain stances, using certain swings, going with the momentum, letting it carry you, while also knowing when to stand your ground and hold your own weight to create angles and such. The act of swordplay and striking with oversized or large weapons compared to what that of ordinary folk might wield. As you go about these early morning exercises, Hearn just kind of watches, chewing just on some basic fruit, as he sat there just kind of watching all of this, taking it in, as you watch as well Mortar. Eventually, Azera otherwise wakes up and enters the room seeing this, and seems to be far more at home with summoned breakfast compared to everything else, as
I
the
love that
house
style.
provides with the nature of what breakfast he might want. Seems to be very much familiar with the idea of a magnificent mansion, and goes about as he normally would. Thamar eventually wakes, followed by Vinny, followed by Beau, and finally Ellie. So Ellie, if you wouldn't mind describing your new your character now that all the changes have taken place.
Ellie died.
Ellie died in her sleep.
Good save, Romulus. I got a heart. You know what I got? Fucking heart attack. Thanks, buddy.
I love the idea that it's just like there is an unmarked grave somewhere where we didn't realize we went out to die like a horse in a famine.
Shot behind the shed.
Oh.
He's got a magnificent mansion shed out back that's just like for this moment.
Where she has all of her Diablo loot kind of scattered around where her body is. It's so much
hey.
loot.
Look out across the river, Lenny.
Oh no!
Think of the rabbits.
Think of the horse. Think of the
Think
horse.
of the wabbits, George.
God. Okay.
Hi, I'm
What
Max.
about Max, Ellie?
Oh god! Fuck! No! I'm fucking so done. Like Ellie's story has just traumatized me. The fact that it keeps overflowing into my real life, where I terrified a lad that started a job at Domino's, and he said his name was Max. I just laughed at him every time I saw him.
And
I
then
felt
also
so
the-
bad.
And then also the revelation that you were half horse as well. That was crazy.
And that was genuinely, honestly, that was a weird week. Can't deny it.
And yet you
Hey,
have a
wanna
real
know
life
the-
friend called Vinny, and you're fine with it.
Yeah. Well, look,
Yeah,
at this
because that
point, I'm
Vinny's
just,
not that hot.
I mean, you know,
We'll unpack that response later.
We'll unpack that
now-
later.
But
Also,
Um,
let's face it, Vindication has a much better aura sounding name than Vincent.
yeah.
Innocent bystander. All right. Enough distractions.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Ellie,
to laugh at your
just
friend's name.
describe your character.
Okay. Okay. So would Treladex be up?
No.
Considering she woke up. Okay. Alright. So you kind of just you see her sort of walking out, groggy. She's got her hood up, realizing, and she's trying to cover something with her cloak, but it's not working out. As she walks out to the table to try and get food, you see where bones used to be on her back leg are now dragon feet and claws. She's dragging wings behind her that aren't moving. She hasn't figured out how they work yet, but she has wings. And around all of her corruption, she now has blue dragon scales, as well as on her face. And I will just there. That's what she looks like now. So, yeah, she's now dragon as well as centaur and slime and God only knows what else. You're
Hey,
welcome.
look, you're the one who keeps changing the art and adding these things. So
I know. I really need to stop. Ellie's done now. Like,
you say that. You said
Like-
that last time.
Romulus is on one of like the fantasy like dad's message boards. Help! My daughter has gone from goth to pastel goth. What do I do? Do I need to get? I think it's called Hello Kitty? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Then there's just a reply
What
to it
is
from
a cinema roll?
it turns out it's the Ice King that he's messaging. There's no internet.
Then there's just a reply underneath from Archmage 401 that is just, I'm having the same problem with my granddaughter. Please tell me your response.
Oh, for God's sake! Oh,
Turns into a relationship, and the two of them start to get more and more intimate in their messages. And then the reveal. Ah, it's
Oh.
glorious. It's glorious.
God.
So, but yeah. So that's what all of you see as Ellie leaves. You see that Thamar looks up from his breakfast, doesn't seem to react, and then goes back to eating. Meanwhile, everybody else in the room seems to almost like stand up and go, "Oh, what has happened?" Hearn doesn't react as well. Hearn just kind of looks up,
Holds up,
almost
right.
goes wide-eyed for a little bit, and then just kind of goes back to playing Sentry.
Mortar's got a sausage in his mouth, and he's like, "Hey, Ellie, nice legs," and continues eating, and then
That-
realizes how dirty the sound is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you
Stabbed
even
himself.
think for half a second?
No. Mortar stabs himself with a fork.
It just screams out, "Hit me!" as another dagger comes out of nowhere.
Oh,
Mortar, does a 28 hit you?
yes, it fucking does.
Alright, you take 5
Mortar
points of
dies
piercing
in the
damage as
lead.
Carver and throws a dagger at you.
Yeah.
Mortar jumps into it.
I love this relationship between them two. Excellent.
Get down, Mr. President.
This is
Jumps
how
into the dagger that was going to hit no one.
Get down, wait, get down, Mr. President, sir. You are the president.
Oh no!
Just-
Oh.
So,
I'm so sorry. Mistakes are made.
so
Are me and Romulus still sparring at this point?
I'd say you two have probably stopped at this point.
Then I give a thumbs up to
Now
Ellie
we're
and say,
doing
"You
what
look
we
sick as
call
fuck."
a cool down. We're going to shake it out. We're going to shake it out.
Shake it out.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Oh, whoa, all right. Now,
Is shaking out
What-
really necessary? I kind of feel stupid here.
yes, it's very necessary. You also need to do your stretches. If you don't, unless of course you want to wake up tomorrow feeling like you've been put through. God, what's the fantasy equivalent of a blender?
Mortar's just
blenders
laughing
in
at
hell.
Kirv.
A
doing
meat
these.
grinder.
Like you've been put through a meat
Mortar's
grinder.
just in stitches. Just looking at Kirv do this shakedown, warm down, cool down.
And
sorry.
now, and now we're going to do my favorite part of the
That's
warm
giving you
down
evils.
exercise. Here, but for this one, we need a partner. Hey, Mortar, get over here. Grabs Mortar and just sort of like
Oh.
starts.
Oh, no!
Just like.
Oh no!
It's important to get a bit of weight on there, so we're just gonna like be shaking Mortar like a fucking ragdoll. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And we're
Carvern comes
done.
over and just goes,
Mortar,
"May I?" and goes
Mortar's trying
to
to shoot
shake
Romulus
you,
the whole
Kirv.
time.
Oh,
Sorry, what was that last bit, Chris?
Carvern comes over and
Sorry.
just goes, "May I?" and goes to shake you.
No. Kirv needs to do the shaking. It's about having weight in the. Never mind. Here, have a Mortar. I'll do you, Carver. Picks up Carver. Shake. There we go. Up and down. Up and down.
Kirv gladly shakes
Carvern.
Mortar.
Hey, Carvern did really
Carvern,
well.
I need you to knife me. I need you to fucking knife me. This is too much.
Oh, fuck.
I need you to knife me right now.
we really are a bit too insane this session.
So, as you
You
have
saying you
this,
don't want Kirv's big sweaty arms grabbing onto your shoulders?
I take it back. Carvern, stay out of this. I'll kill you.
Carvern got a 22 on her save. Mortar, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I would love to. I'm not in front of my computer.
All right, let me roll for you. That's a
Thanks.
3.
I'm a beast. Yeah, take it.
Yeah, you don't. As you
What?
are otherwise swung about and shaken, you can feel the sausage you had just eaten making its way back up, but you managed to hold it in just about as Kirv puts you down, and you feel dizzy, and you kind of groggily stumble back over to your seat and just sit back down
I knew I shouldn't have swallowed that thing whole.
like a seagull.
Oh my gosh. I think that's exactly what he is. He's a seagull.
Yep. Explains so much. So, as this happens, Ellie, is there anything you would like to do? Or Vinny, for that matter, as well?
As I go over to the table, instead of where I'd normally grab an apple, I'm going to grab a lump of meat, sausage, or what have you, and eat that. I look over at my granddad, who seems suspiciously calm with this.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an insight. It's my third natural 20 this game.
Look, I'm gonna be honest here. There's no chance. I think my insight is like a negative anyway. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
okay, then.
it's physically
Even if it's a
impossible
natural
for me to
20, you'd
succeed
still
this.
fail. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in this moment, you just kind of look over at him. You can't tell. Like he's stone faced. Like he's stone faced pretty much all of your life, with the exception of yesterday, apparently, when you nearly died. And you just kind of look at him, and there's a moment of he looks back at you. Is everything all right?
Yeah, though this is not exactly normal. Sort of like grabs one of the wings and waggles it around. What is this?
To be fair, when I
Also-
knew you, you were a centaur.
Shit.
A lot has changed in less than a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Something about fate and this creature keeps changing you. There might be some external force that's changing the way that you're looking, but ultimately, I'm not surprised at this point.
Okay, and now Trilledex is inside me somehow, and Also, how's Carvern?
Carvern's doing well. Scales have held. She's regained some of her vitality. She's doing very well. I ended up seeing her sparring with Vinny for a little bit last night. They did well.
Okay.
But I also believe your
That's awesome.
friends have something that they want to discuss about your next steps. And where I'm leaving with Azera to head north today, I will be teleporting away. So it's up to you what you want to do if you want to try and get your destination quickly. But if you want to make WizardCon, you're going to need to get a move on.
Oh shit,
Look-
it's WizCon!
I'm gonna look over at the party. Aren't we meant to be going and seeing a Lord's trash bin? Trust? Who? We're
I
going to
think
see
it
a
wa-
Lord
I
someone.
believe it was Lord Trubbish.
Trubbish, Lord Trubbish. Are we gonna go
I don't know.
see Lord
Pretty sure it's Lord
Trubbish?
Troubadour.
Troubadour?
Troubadour?
Yeah.
No, that
Pretty
doesn't
certain it was
sound
Lord
right.
Troubadour.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the one person who has specifically said his name, Carvern.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
I
Where are we
mean,
going?
everyone's right.
Don't
Lord
encourage
Truck
them.
Coon.
Lord Trustin.
Okay. Should we just go and... What are we doing with him? Going to say... What are we doing with him?
We don't trust him.
I don't know. We don't want him to stick around. At the same time, we can't just go in there guns blazing.
Don't tempt him, points at Mortar.
Mortar
No.
slouches in defeat.
At which your grandfather kind of looks up. No, you can't. You don't have political purview. He is a high-ranking individual within the political structure. If you were to just go in and kill him, you would get yourselves in a lot of trouble. Then you're definitely not going to be able to make WizardCon. If you're hoping to get in and deal with this individual, you either need to find evidence, you need to go about it quietly, or find some way of interacting with it.
Go quietly.
Even though you might be in the right, you still can't just burst in somebody's house and kill them because they're awful.
Well, not with that
feel like-
attitude, you can't.
Look,
I feel like the fact that they're
I've
awful gives
saved-
us good precedent to do so.
I've saved you all once from political issues involving the Dwarven Lords in regards to your transformation. I have other things I need to take care of. I can't be sitting around in more court dates while I wait to see if my granddaughter is going to be allowed out of jail.
All right.
That's
Well,
fair.
Especially
we have
with
no
the
intention
threat
to
of
do
things
anything.
getting worse.
I promise no unwarranted murder will occur.
Good.
So, what is our
It's
plan
a
with him?
state
Are we
promise.
going to try and talk to him? Are we going to try and find evidence?
I have a very loose definition of warranted.
Agreed. I feel like loosely warranted should be our party name.
Loosely warranted.
I just look down at the rune that I'm literally about to give to Romulus. I'm like, do I really want to be tied in with this? I could go over. Here, hang on to this. For as long as you've got it, I can get to you. It's the counterpart to what the architect gave me.
Awesome. What's that?
Okay. I can teleport him as long as I stay. We're on the same plane. I can teleport to Romulus no matter where he is.
Nick,
Does it work both ways?
No.
that's awkward.
What's awkward?
Well, I mean, you know, certain opportunities may not be prime for Ellie to walk in on her dad.
Just gonna clear this up. It's teleport, not walk.
I love that was the issue you had with that sentence.
That's as far as she's concerned. That is the issue. Yeah.
Yep.
It's teleport.
That is the issue. You are absolutely right.
Oh, well, either way, Just grabs another handful of meat. Do we, how are we going about this?
Fucking children.
I-
I'm sorry.
You people. All right, we're gonna trust in. How are we doing this? God damn it!
Well, I mean, so we're not allowed to go in all guns blazing.
No.
We're not allowed to get caught.
So we just don't get caught then.
Easier said than done.
I know. I mean, depends how fast we are. I mean, I feel like if all of us just ran into the house, one of us will get lucky.
I don't. You know, some of us have a unique look. They'll know who it's been. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, also worth
I
remembering
look
that
at
we're not.
Romulus.
Yeah, also worth
Unique.
remembering that we're not here for revenge.
oh,
We're
We're
not here for revenge. But this guy might know something, and at the moment we don't have many leads.
Derek.
So torture?
I've always wanted to do it.
I-
Yeah.
I can detect thoughts and push in.
Will it hurt?
I don't know. I don't think so. I
Aw,
just know. But
I don't want to make it hurt.
Hmm.
okay,
Carver,
shall we
you-
just
you-
get there to start with?
Well, first of all, Carver, and you met the guy. What was your
Yeah.
read on him? Do you think he's a true believer or just an opportunist?
Honestly, he seemed to be in quite good standing with them. I don't think it was his first transaction.
Hmm.
He could be either. The only thing I can tell you is that he's not one to back down from a deal like that, something valuable.
Ooh, I have an idea. What if we? So this guy, does he like? He's got a manor, right? Does he like collect stuff? Is he like a collector?
To a degree.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Yes, so am I. Is Kay gonna die? Ah.
Why don't
Oh,
we
so
give
we
him an
had a-
offer he can't?
We had a very
switch.
similar offer. Idea, sorry, before you joined the campaign.
Oh, nice.
Where we were
This
like,
is where
oh, maybe we
Blanc
can sneak in
comes in.
by offering
History
something.
repeats itself. I mean, hey,
It did not go well.
Yeah, difference is though, at this level, we actually have things of insane value.
Hmm. He's likely to
mean-
have less security as well.
And also,
But
it's
I'm
not
saying
on
less,
his home.
not none.
If we try to call him out somewhere that's not on his home turf, somewhere we have time to set up an ambush, then, you know, maybe we'd be able to swing things in our favor.
It's a good idea. Although
Do
it
you
won't
think-
work if we get caught snooping around earlier. He'd be on guard.
Well, I mean, what kind of magic does he do? Or if he does magic?
He doesn't do any magic from what I understand. He's just a guy.
Awesome. So, me being able to do this, Mortar casts detect, disguise self on himself using his what are they called? His bullshit. Sorry, I've forgotten the actual name.
This guy's
The
self.
imbual, the psychic imbual.
Oh, yes.
For
an hour.
is it psychic? Yes,
It is.
for force form. That's it.
Force form, psychic
yes.
imbue, yeah.
Yes. So, if I were to potentially reach out as someone who, I don't know, has some kind of connection to the, what were they? The Sons of Silver?
The Sons of Silver.
Right. Then maybe we'd be able to draw him out. Because is he a bit of a recluse?
It's been some time since we last worked with him. It was
Okay.
about 5 years ago or so. Looks to Vinny. We were down south for a job. We got a job from him and completed it with relative ease.
Okay. Well, I've gotten some new shit that I can do, and I might be able to scope out his mana without even setting foot in there, without any of us needing to set foot in there, and I can relay back what we find, and potentially we could use that to make the deal a little more appealing. Know your enemy and all that.
Perhaps. It then also comes down to how we want to approach it. Individuals teleporting into a city is going to be quite obvious, and word will get around quite quickly.
Is he actually in the city, or is he on the outskirts?
He's near the center of the city in his manor.
Okay.
He's one of
Well,
the
I
lords of
mean,
the city itself.
is there a way that we can potentially teleport into multiple places and reconvene at a central point rather than going in as one big unit?
Looks to Ellie.
I mean, theoretically, yes. I mean, if we're going to use the lay gate,
Sick.
it's just going to come with risks.
Everything we do
If I recall
comes with
correctly,
risk.
well, yeah, but we could all end up staggered more than we want to be.
What's the good staggering every now and again?
Yeah, by staggered, I mean, potentially, if it works, like, and I'm assuming she'd know how teleport works, knowing science and stuff.
Knowing
or
teleportation,
research and stuff.
go ahead and roll me an Arcana check for the nature of this, just to see how much you know.
That'd be like 22.
22. From the information that you know, if a teleportation circles are a sure bet. They go from A to B nice and happily, but you can only go to destinations where there are permanent teleportation circles. Teleport, on the other hand, is a higher version of magic, and when things go wrong, things can go terribly wrong. Individuals can end up being sent to areas they weren't supposed to go to. Individuals can be sent to entirely different planes of existence. Individuals can be torn to shreds by the weave of magic, and things can go very horribly wrong for them. Or it might just not happen. It's also possible you could end up somewhere like where you're trying to go, but not exactly. Meanwhile, those who might know it better are able to go there directly. And with the nature of the lay gates, you can travel as a group. Just know that you need to know the location or things could go horribly wrong. It's down to a D100 roll.
So we should all kind of stick together, because if we split up, there's higher risk of us being separated, and you could get teleported into the ocean. Heck, could even get teleported into the Empire. Anywhere. So we should stick together, maybe teleport outside the city, and then maybe approach as separate groups. But I don't think we should separate at the teleportation stage. That has too much of a risk.
Hey, you're the expert. Just throwing an idea out there. I get the feeling that this guy, he has, sounds like he has a bit of influence. So I think, like Vinny said, I think that all of us teleporting in at once is a gamble, and I think it holds as much risk as us all going individually with separate teleportation things. But I will leave that to you, because you are the expert when it comes down to crazy magic.
Well, if we're dealing with risk in regards to this trusting fellow, then we could deal with that together. If we're trying to deal with risks in teleportation, say 2 people end up somewhere no one else can get to, for example, you and Kirv, You could teleport months, weeks, or to a completely different plane. And I don't think either of you know any degree of teleporting to get back.
I mean, it sounds like a nice vacation, though.
Yeah. So I definitely think we should teleport if we're going to do it outside the city and then wander in.
Okay.
That's fair. Yes,
what-
teleporting right into the middle of his mansion is pretty risky, but I can't imagine there'll be any kind of defenses or protection around the entire city.
He
What
would
city is it?
be he would literally shit himself if we all just appear in this guy's house
On his
just out of
sofa.
fucking nowhere. Why didn't we just do that?
What city
He
is
can't
it?
prepare. He wouldn't be able to prepare.
We're heading to Braylin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Braylin was where the last WizardCon happened.
Yeah, so we've got a rough idea.
You've been to the area, so you can head to the city. Just know that if you teleport into or close to the city, it's quite possible you may be spotted by anybody who's looking for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think we should teleport outside. Teleporting in will instantly attract attention.
And then we divide into separate groups.
Yeah, can do.
Okay. What kind of
'Cause
groups
some
are we
of us are a
thinking?
bit more. Well, those that are sneaky should definitely go together. I ain't gonna lie. At the moment, I'm not sneaking anywhere. So no matter what way I go in, they're gonna know I'm there.
Well, I mean, Vinny is kind of our lead when it comes to stealth, but I'm happy to tag along if we want a reconnaissance to kind of get a lay of the land. Again, I've got my new tricks that I can use, so I'd be more than happy to put those new tricks to the test. Take them out for a spin.
I was
You
actually
all know
going
the
to
area
say
reasonably well, at least.
this was more
Yeah, for sure.
this was more Vinny's understanding than mine, but I might also stick out like a sore thumb. Would it be best if I maybe go with Ellie, given she'll stick out more?
I mean, potentially.
Or would that
Yeah.
draw attention? And looks to Vinny.
I mean, I guess also, what are your skills? What's your skill set? Obviously weapons, but what else do you think you can potentially contribute to this specific? To what group do you think you could best contribute towards?
I'm the muscle,
Okay.
typically.
Well, look at Romulus.
I get that he's stronger, but that's the role I used to fill. And that's the
I
role
gotcha.
I've only ever known. I can't pretend to be good at sneaking around or anything like that. I
mean-
usually play sentry and would be usually on guard or watch if anything were to happen.
I actually have a thought. I'll look at Vinny and go, you two obviously know this guy, right? And Carvern has had a bit of a adjustment when it comes to place in a group. This could be an opportunity to potentially teach us some stuff about what it means to be a bit more of a blade in the dark. What do you think?
Or we can always use more muscles. Isn't that right, Carvern?
She smiles and goes over and...
And we do the predator arm thing.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And now the Pillarman music plays again.
Oh, good lord. Okay. So we're going to teleport to the outside of the city. We're going to have a forward stealth team that are going to do some investigation. Meanwhile, the
Yeah,
rest
lay
of
the
us
land.
that are a bit more noticeable. Just to clear up, because we want to make sure our story is straight in case we do get asked or a thing. We're on our way back to Zaker's.
Chris, just as a reminder, did we come back through Braylon on the way back from the Ice King's domain?
Yes, you did. I think you've travelled all of the paths except for one out of Braylon. So map-wise,
we
I
know
believe you
multiple
actually
places.
have one that tells you exactly where
Yeah,
Braylon is. Yeah, so
Braylon's
Braylon's
here.
right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So you know that you left from Braylon to go into the Ice King's domain, and you also know that you can come out of the Ice King's domain to go into Braylon, which is what you did. Had WizardCon here, you had WizardCon when you were coming back from Farganuk.
Yeah, we went to Farganuk, then teleported back to Braylon for the WizardCon.
Yeah.
Went to the Ice King's domain,
Then
got
came
back
back
to
to
Braylon,
Braylon,
met
then-
Grandad there,
And teleported to Gomuldur.
and then teleported to Gomuldur. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we've
you've
been
been
here
to
multiple
Braylon
times.
multiple
Yeah.
times. So teleporting into Braylon isn't going to be a problem. Teleporting outside of Braylon might make it a bit trickier. But there are potentially ways that you can make that easier. You know that teleporting wise, an associated object is very useful for this.
Do I have? Can it be
does
something
anybody-
I brought from Braylon, or because all the material components for my staff I brought at WizardCon, which was in Braylon.
That'll be doable.
Okay, so I can teleport.
But that would take you into Braylon.
Yeah.
If you want the
trying to think
exterior,
of-
you're going to need something that you got from the outside of Braylon, which I can only think of one thing.
What can we get from outside Braylon?
Can roll me an Arcana check if you want.
Sure. Sure. +9. Well, you know, it's a 14.
14. There is something. You know there's something. You don't know what it is, though.
Is it something I would have?
Yes.
Oh shit, I'm dead now. I've got to go through my inventory.
Oh no.
Alright. Inventory. Clothes.
It's something
messages,
specifically only you have.
Paper, ink, books, wand components, treasure map, letter in a bottle, cat's doodles, rune book, bolt of cotton, waterproof and thermals, spell crate and supplies, herbalist kit, bestial tomes, scent bags, book on seekers, vial of slime, a scroll of comprehend language, Jeff materials, wood carved flute, gems, mana potion, glasses, auto bard, sickle of fluff. When did I buy the sickle of fluff? I don't even remember.
That was from the Starside camp when you were level 3.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
Vial, pearl, Kirin fur. Alright, yeah, cool. 2 blue potions, red one, they've gone. Crystal hammer, no. 3 small parent, no. Blitzture, no. Chromium, but no. Link move, no. I don't know.
Oh, that's a shame. So,
What the fuck did I get from Planet?
So, if we're going to go into teams, if we have recon team going and scouting the area, getting lay of the land, our other team could potentially go and find a home base or an inn or something that we can basically stay in and, you know, somewhere reclusive. Does anybody have any contacts in Braylon we can potentially pull some favors with?
No, he's
No.
not actually here, but I will look over at Beau.
Oh, yeah,
What about
Beau
your-
did a lot of dinners there, didn't he?
yeah, he did.
What about
Beau
the people you worked
otherwise...
with?
Beau kind of looks up. There are plenty of people I've worked with. There's mercenaries, there's lords in some manner or another.
Any of them you trust?
No, not particularly.
Any of them that owe
Um,
you a favor?
Yes.
Okay. You feel like potentially taking one for the team and using one of those favors?
I could, but it depends on the nature of the favor. Place to crash, that could be nice and easy. Place to hide, not so much. We also
A place to lay
don't know
low could
if
be
they
just.
if they can't be trusted, then I don't know if we could work with that. They are mercenaries. Lord Trustin hired people like us to keep watch over his estate and affairs if anything happened. So,
In which case, then, if he has any connections to you guys already, then that's completely out. Because who knows? Like, they might just automatically report to him, but.
yeah.
Although I don't
Any
suppose
private.
you've
Sorry,
ever
after you.
worked for him directly, have you?
Once. I've been in the house, can't say I took anything from in there.
No, that's fine. Anything
Noteworthy?
strike you as weird? Anything we can use?
No, not particularly. I mean, he was light on collectives. He didn't keep them on display. He didn't wear them either all that much. He was rich. He mostly just hired mercenaries rather than buying things when I was there. But he
Did the house look
get
kind of bare?
drapers. In a way. I mean, it was well furnished, but it wasn't decorated.
Nah, that's weird. Usually, like, rich people like to flaunt their shit. Like, you know, if he's a collector, then he's got to have his collection stored somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't know where. I didn't see the whole of his house though, so just the bits I was allowed to see.
Oh.
That's fine. Just as a reminder, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
the job we did for him, I don't think it's one of the ones in my notes.
No.
Was it anything significant?
Not necessarily. It was more just like it was your group would use to get from city to city where you would perform your various heists or where you would kind of scout out locations. You would often take the role of security over a caravan, which is the same way you met the party.
Yeah.
So it would have been one of those. It was you'd done a little bit of work in Braylin, and now, in order to leave Braylin, you took the guise of protecting a caravan to earn money on your journey. So nothing that was necessarily significant, but you would have protected his shipments, I'll say, go ahead and roll me a history check. I'll say roll it with advantage because Carvern's with you, and she might remember.
Thank God. Between us, we might have a chance.
Would it be worth burning a lucky on this?
Maybe. I'll see.
Probably not. No. Okay, it's a 13.
Okay.
13. The only place the way that you went, from what you remember, you didn't otherwise go for the full journey. You went for most of the journey, and otherwise ditched part way and carried on. But the caravan itself, otherwise headed through Zakers, kind of across there, and then began heading north past the Flameguard garrison to Trenlor's Rest, where you then broke off and headed north. But you know that it was heading east again, heading to Drawl's Byway. From what you understand, and although most of you don't come from the Alliance region, Drawl's Byway is almost like a halfway house for traders. I'd say Mortar, you'd probably be the only one who has this the kind of proper information on this. So if you want to go ahead and roll me I'll say a survival check for this to try and to gauge some information on Drawl's Byway, because it's close enough to your base of operations previously that it's quite possible you've been there.
Okay, no worries at all.
Beau would also know as well, or might know as well. So I'll actually roll for Beau as well.
Okay. Could he give me? Oh, okay.
That's all right. It will be different information that he would have in this instance.
Okay. I got a 19.
19, and Beau got a 23. Okay. So the 19 tells you know it as a place where traders would often go. It's a place where you could go to and from. It was very much that. It was a halfway home between two locations, usually between Lake Edge and Trenelaw's Rest. Trenelaw's Rest being a very much a hub of trade, kind of being the one main crossroads to the south of the Levato Hills. Meanwhile, Droll's Byway was a place where individuals could restock or recoup. It wasn't as well connected, but it was a small kind of hamlet town, walled city from, or kind of, so not walled city, a walled town from times gone by, and used to be on the old trading route that used to go from Zaker's Crossing straight across to Droll's Byway. There used to be an old trading route that went across there. Beau confirms this and says that Droll's Byway is usually quite abandoned, but there is also said that there are old paths that lead into the Levato Hills to the north of it.
Okay.
Fantastic stuff.
But
I'll
that
pass
used to be
that
when they were old
information
trade. Yeah, but that used to be when they were old trade routes.
for sure. But all trade routes potentially we could use if we wanted to teleport a little further out and make our way in that way under the guise that we are a traveling caravan, potentially.
It's possible.
It depends how complicated you want to get with this. Like, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, our objective is to get this guy, interrogate him on what he knows, and I look at Vinny quizzically. Finish him?
As a general note, there are other members of your party that... Sorry, you carry on.
I don't generally think of myself as an assassin, but we can't have him blabbing, which he definitely would.
I mean-
Ideally, we'd want to search for the manor for some proof that he's in on this. Get him taken down
Okay.
officially.
So, blackmail then. I mean, that sounds pretty freaking good. If we were to blackmail this guy, get some kind of maybe do like a stakeout or something. Like, I'm happy to potentially watch over his house and follow his activities, pass them on to you guys, and then we can collect the dirt. And then we're technically not ever really seeing him, so he couldn't identify us.
It's a question of whether he has any security in the city. We can't let that stop us from doing anything, of course, but... Well, last time we were there was no... We weren't threatened in any way. It seems like it's fine for us to be there. We weren't exactly looking over our shoulders that closely.
Well, I think that's why we need to identify who his allies are within the city, especially like the big players. You know, but I mean, for starters, Beau already has a list of people who he has worked for, trusted with, but not directly for Trustin. So these connections potentially we could use in a way, just not the way that they think. I guess it depends on how quick do you want this done.
Also,
If he's in Sorry, go on.
I also say is also other options in terms of teleportation. Is there anything that you may... Yes, there was WizardCon, so things that you bought wouldn't necessarily count, but things that were made there would count. So if anyone has any made objects that they'd acquired in Braylon, they would count.
What about summons? Could Terrador count?
Potentially.
He
You
was-
can always
He was
try.
made just
Very
outside.
cool.
Yeah, you can always try.
That's
Not necessarily the most discreet location, but certainly a possibility.
No,
And also
I
the
have
one
an
I was
idea.
thinking of. But
Was
I
it-
have also
oh,
realised that there's actually one better location that one of you has in your inventory.
Oh, because I have an
I
idea.
don't
If
know.
we do have to teleport in, is if we're doing that, I can cast invisibility and tripling split it on 3 people, the stealth team.
Ooh.
So as we teleport in, the ones that aren't stealthy will be obviously known that they're there, but the ones that are going to go off and do their stealth mission will be invisible on entry.
That would be huge, actually. Because then any observers would just see you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I feel like priority targets for that would be Vinny and Carver, because Truston knows them, and Beau maybe. To be fair.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Carvern's going to have to be a priority
Agreed. Yeah.
if Trustin hears that you're back in the city, he's going to know why immediately.
I agree.
The rest of us have been back and forth. We might have plausible deniability.
What have you done in Braylin previously? Just in case that helps with any getting in methods. Like, if you worked with anyone, have you bought things from people?
We went to a blacksmith that was close to the outskirts of the city, from what I remember. I have a few things from there we could use.
How far
How
out was
far
that
in the
ghost skill?
Yeah, I
skill
was going
guy?
to say, how far out?
The weapon shop? The weapon shop was actually near the middle of the city, but if you get the
Okay.
teleportation right, you could actually be in the middle of the city without necessarily looking like you've teleported in, because you're not teleporting into the street.
Okay.
Do you remember who this was?
Oh.
I'm going to guess this was before me, so.
Yeah, this was.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And
cool.
do any of you remember what you bought there?
I got Sundance and also my shovel.
Oh yes, I forgot about your shovel. How could I forget about the shovel? That was the best
The
item.
most important item we have. A completely normal shovel, except that it also can cast
Move
Move Earth.
So it's just a really good shovel.
Our word
This
shovel.
wasn't the place where I got my compass.
No, that was Acres.
No, that
from
was
the
Acres,
Master.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, we've got the shovel. We can teleport to the shop.
Mhm.
I mean, it can't
Damn it,
hurt.
I don't think I have the guy's name. That's annoying.
No, I don't.
You want to roll for it?
I'll just double check that it's not later from when we went back. No, I don't have it. Let me give it a go.
I mean,
what am I
potentially,
rolling?
could you play your loot to like the event, and then based on that, because you make like the ink clones and stuff, right? Could you potentially see who he is, like based on if you summarize the events in like a song to like a tune or something?
Possibly. I mean, if I've met the guy, I should be able to make a reasonable approximation of his face. I just don't remember what he's called.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just his name. Sorry. Right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe seeing him will jog your memory and give you an advantage.
Also, finger guns at Kirv.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check if you would like to recreate the image of this individual.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take out Sundance and play a little on the loot and attempt to cast a spell. I think it's Major Image.
Yep. Which is free now because of your second tier of songwriter.
That is going to be a luck point.
Okay.
That's slightly better performance.
Yep.
That's a 23.
23. As you
Damn.
begin to play this song in this moment, and you begin to kind of pluck the strings, Sundance in front of you, and Songwriter on your back, the ink begins to flow off of the back of Songwriter, and as it begins to play, you watch as the ink forms and picks up Sundance, and otherwise holds it there, and you watch as it places it up almost on this imaginary weapon stand, as you see this older gentleman kind of squat in his years, very much shrunk from what might have been an older individual, in his late 80s, early 90s, as he's kind of leaning on the countertop. You remember haggling with him, and you watch as he goes on the adventure with you, as you lead him to the Ghost Steel chapel, where you left him to learn how to make ghost steel, as he was old enough that he would be able to do so because he was nearly dead. As you have a look at this image, you try to recall his name. Go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage.
Okay, 18.
18. As you're looking at this image and you watch kind of the image of him leaving his shop, you watch as he turns, locks the door, and as it pans out, there's a moment of you trying to remember what the shop was called, and you were like, Kevy's Weapon Shop, and then you were like, no, the N had fallen off of the sign. Kevin, the old human blacksmith. And you remember it well.
Hell yeah.
I remember him because that's where I got Stagger.
Yep, which is a item which would allow you to home in on this, because Stagger was made within that shop.
Well,
Because if you remember, that was Kevin's best work that he'd ever produced in his life, but also refused to sell it because of how good it was, unless there was a suitable trade.
which there was.
And yeah. You don't know what state he's in. It's been a month, maybe 2, since he left.
He may well be dead.
He could well be dead and died of old age. In which case, you have an abandoned building to play with. On the other hand, it might have been taken by the taxpayers and might now be being refurbished.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
okay, what we're gonna hope is that he died literally yesterday, if he's dead. If not,
I mean,
then hopefully he's alive.
we can kill him.
No, we like him.
No, Kevin was.
He
right.
was.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
kill Kevin, and then
Okay.
Mortar dies on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I want to stress, we don't want him to be dead. We want him to be alive.
was great.
But if he did die, we want him to have died in the last 24 hours.
Kevin
that we
sold
can
the
move
best
forward.
weapons.
I'm gonna kill this fucking guy.
No!
Oh, God.
Kevin was the best weapon seller in the land. He was old.
Fuck you,
He
Kevin.
remembered ages gone
Okay,
by.
okay, hear me out here.
Shut up, Kevin.
Hey, Mortar. Don't
Yes.
you want an upgrade to your ammunition or something?
Don't you want your own
Yeah, but-
stagger, but you can shoot it instead?
Yeah,
Don't you
but
want shootable stagger?
Wow.
Oh.
You put in the fresh clip, and it's just, I'm going stag. They're like, bang, you know.
yeah,
And then a Romulus gets shot
that
out
would
the end of
be
the barrel.
that would be cool. But not from Kevin. Fuck Kevin.
Okay.
I don't even
I'm
know
gonna
this guy.
look over at the granddad, because I know he said he's leaving first thing this morning. When are you leaving?
Probably in about 10 minutes. I'm kind of just waiting for you all to leave and decide where you want to go. And if
Oh,
you
shit.
need me to
Okay.
teleport you, just know that I can teleport you somewhere, but it'll be based off of where I know you're going, which would be just to the
Or where-
heart of Braylon.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's fine. I'm gonna slide him over a bit of paper that's got the teleportation circle drawing for internal of Zakas. Just so if he ever wants to go meet the architect, he actually has it now. I know he's going to be traveling with Azera, but
Wait. Why don't we have the team who is wanting to go in kind of loud and proud? Why don't we have them get sent to the town center, and then Team Scout get sent to the outskirts to this shop?
Let's stop trying to separate. Let's all go together. Let's not go separate. It feels like a bad idea. Magic is.
We're going to be separating anyway.
Yeah, but we'll be separating under our own steam, not under the control of magic that might decide, nah, you're not going there.
Haven't we literally fought above ley lines for like the past 2 days? Like the most unpredictable magic power? Like, come on, like we've done Risk before. This is nothing new to us.
I'm
But
gonna
hey,
trust
you know what?
Ellie in terms of
It's
magic
a
here.
needless risk.
Yeah,
It's a
I
risk we
know.
don't need to take. We have somewhere that we can teleport to. The stealth team, if we want, you can still go invisible and run off. Honestly, this is the safest bet we've got. But we
Right.
should
I'll be
probably
honest,
go...
I have completely checked out and have no idea what we're doing. But I support whatever Cat says.
Ellie.
I was about to say, clearly not that much.
I support whatever. I really checked out.
How
I've
long
checked
have you
out.
been checked out for?
Okay.
I have
Hey,
been on
wriggling
this
tiger.
whole time. I support whatever Ellie says.
Okay,
So-
I swear he's on loop.
so plan of action then. Just to clear this up, just so we don't keep bumbling across ourselves. We're teleporting to the weapon shop using Stagger because it was created there. I will then invisible 3 people that are going to go and do a forward observation, while we, the team that are very obvious, go find a hotel room or something.
If the shop does turn out to be abandoned, you could just hide out there.
Or we could just hide out there. But that seems like the best approach we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
We don't have enough information to make a definitive plan now. So I think we need to
Yeah,
get
we need
there and
layers
start
around.
scouting.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay.
If some of you get
Oh.
spotted and that draws out spies or whoever, that's great. We can follow up on that. If we get a chance to peer in through his windows and find him signing a document that incriminates him, we can steal that, use it to break him, and then get what we need. But I do think we need to get there first before we can make much more progress.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna stuff the last bit of food in my mouth. Right. So we're going to Zakers then to use the lay bridge to teleport. Gonna get us there safely.
Okay, so is
Cool.
this what
Right,
you're
okay.
doing straight away?
This if we're good to go, then yes.
All right, Theon
Um,
kicks you out of his manor as he closes it. All of you just kind of thump out onto the area beyond. He goes, "All right, take care, cat. You'll be fine." Whoosh, disappears along with Azera, Hearn, and just Azera and Hearn and his other ward.
You just look at her very unimpressed face. He was my granddad. He still gets my name wrong.
Yeah, that was the DM getting
Hey.
it wrong, but yes, okay.
It's a family problem.
Yeah, all your parents get your name wrong. So, you teleportation
Okay.
circle to Zakers.
Not yeah.
Spend the points.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me wild magic.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Let's see if you explode.
hang on a second. All right,
No,
give me.
Speaking of
give me a
unpredictable.
second. Look, it's the left one.
Nope, you're fine.
All right.
You cast teleportation circle. All of you rush through. You are now in Zakers. The architect, standing there, just kind of crosses his arms, looks at you all, and looks to the lay gate behind him.
We're just gonna borrow this.
No,
Um,
by all means, go ahead. And gestures for you to
Oh.
go through.
My granddad
what
says
they're
he's
there
gonna
for.
drop by at some point. By the way,
Good.
he's going on a magical mystery tour with Azera, so. Take
Understood.
That you got. All right. Before I Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it before I teleport. I don't know. Have I heard anything from Treladex?
Nope.
Cool. It's been quiet for the time being.
Yep.
She doesn't know that she can summon him yet. Alright then, in that case, I am going to take a couple of minutes. I'm going to cast the telepathic bond so we can all communicate.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And then and then using Romulus's stagger, we're going to teleport to the shop.
Okay. I would like, given this is Romulus's item, Romulus, go ahead and roll me a d100.
Oh boy, this
Oh,
is going to be fun.
That can only
Remind
end
me,
one way.
Higher
what
is
am I
better.
trying? What I will say, we have a connected item, so I was pretty sure we couldn't go off tilt on this, but all right.
Who knows?
Am I higher or lower is better?
Higher. Higher is better. 61. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you're fine.
If only it was 8 more.
So this was more.
nice.
This wasn't a matter of you could get off target. This was how on target you could get. So as you teleport in, you otherwise head through the ley gates, and there is almost this sensation of gravity changing. And as all of your feet land, you find yourselves in a otherwise abandoned store. There is dust on the layers here. You can see that there have been shutters put on the windows, kind of these large wooden boards. And you can see that there is a sign in the door that has been put out as you all land on the interior of this. There is kind of a steady creak in this moment before you hear from behind you, "Holy shit!" And as it seems like Kevin walks through from the back area, he rolled a natural 1 and has a heart attack.
What?
Oh, no.
No. Let it happen. Let it happen.
So, would any of you
This
like to
is
do
the
anything
way
to
he
try and
wants-
help Kevin in this moment as
This
he
is
looks
the
like
way he wanted to go.
as
I
he
immediately rush over and
That's
start feeding him a healing potion and
That's fine.
massaging his chest.
yeah in this
No,
moment
no,
as,
he's got.
as he was standing there kind of like, okay, time to open the shop back up after 2 months away. Now that I've finished what I'm doing, he just watches as 7 people teleport in, including a massive elemental which wasn't put away. And in this moment, he watched this happen, grabbed his chest, said that, and just keeled over to one side.
No.
He's got a do not resuscitate form. We're not legally allowed to resuscitate.
Shut
him,
up,
so
Mortar.
let
This
it
is a
happen.
genuine thing.
As you-
Let
A thing
it
I
happen.
can't read.
Is that what
Yeah,
Kev
no.
says?
Someone who's good at medicine, get over here now. And I'm just feeding him a healing potion, massaging his throat so it goes down, and
Yeah,
rubbing his
I'm-
chest where I can to make sure that he is that his heart is being massaged.
I'll say with
gently to prevent any blockage.
with a touch of magic, medicine from the group, and the nature of the healing potion being a magical item in its own way, he kind of sits back up and goes, "My word, you got to warn someone when you're just gonna pop in like that."
Apologies, I didn't realize we would pop in quite so abruptly.
Bad timing. We.
You looking to buy something?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, first of all, have a rest, have a breather.
No, business is everything. Time is money. I've only got so long left to live. I've got to make it worth it. What do you
As
want?
much
Ellie,
money
let's
as
go.
possible.
So that I can die with it all.
He,
Okay.
he
You take it
loves
with you, you know.
and looks like he loves Stagger. Stagger is amazing.
Good.
Dagger is
By the way.
the best weapon.
Good to
I
see
have
you
ever
still
had
have
the
it.
Pleasure of using.
If you had thrown it away,
What's
I
that?
probably would have kicked you out by now. But good to see
That's-
you have
I
changed your
wouldn't
friends. Things have changed, and my word, looks at Ellie. You have changed.
Yes, this is accurate.
Yeah, it's been a while, I suppose.
Yeah. It's not been that long. It's been like 2 months.
we've been adventuring. Things change quickly when you're doing that.
Yeah, apparently. Meanwhile, I lose like
Speaking of change.
1/10 of my life.
Speaking of change, we should probably go.
Why? You're not here to buy anything?
I'm not. They might
I
do that.
am very interested in what you have. Have you had any luck with the ghost steel?
Yeah! And he watch as he pulls a tarp down, and you can see that there are at least 4 ghost steel weapons on the wall. Turns out being in your late 80s beyond life expectancy really does do you good.
Oh no, this is terrible.
Oh god. A ghost steel stagger. Turns out he's made one.
No, not quite. You could potentially replace the blade and make it a ghost steel weapon, though.
As the original crafter, would he have any particular benefits?
I mean, he'd be able to do it, so you'd be able to make it a ghost steel stagger. The only benefit that would do is it would add 2 additional cold damage to the weapon, and if you were to hit a creature of a evil alignment or an undead, then it loses the ability to regenerate for 1 round.
That's still a massive upgrade, though.
It's still a massive upgrade, yeah. It's just one of those of like, you'd have to pay for it. I could remove the blade off of this one, and I could attach it to yours.
Okay.
What would be the amount that you would be needing from that?
Let's say you helped me in the endeavor of learning how to make ghost steel, and I'm now making it for a profit, so let's say 2,000 gold? Hey, look, there was 1/5 of the price of stagger when you bought it.
I'm just gonna look over at Carver and Vinny. So you
All right.
ready to go?
All right, cough it up. I look over at a cat. Come on, open it up.
You're adventurous, you're
Open it up.
rich, right?
Oh wait, no, sorry, I forgot. There's one
We've
cat's
been
pocket that's in the
rich.
actual bank. Right.
Yeah, it is. You took it out.
I need to go to the actual bank to get that out, but that is doable.
Alright then, I can do that. You can leave stagger here and I can start getting to work, and you won't get it back until you give me the money.
Oh no, the horror.
Okay.
If
Are
you're
you two ready to go?
Born ready.
Okay. And you.
Oh, also, I don't suppose do you work with anything other than metal?
Yeah, but not much. Wood.
I don't suppose you could potentially appraise this, and I pull out the giant tooth.
Looks cool.
right,
I could
Okay.
make a whole new set of dentures with that.
All right, fair enough. Put it back in.
Highest quality
I will
dentures
cut off
someone's
this
ever had.
conversation, So,
What
I
about a
hate to
dragon?
yes.
Oh,
I hate
Simon,
to cut this
please.
off, so why don't we just go while you finish this conversation?
Okay.
Yeah,
Just remember, if
So you don't want to buy anything? I remember you bought that scimitar, and now it looks really spiky new.
Ellie, let's go.
Who is it? So there's Carvern. Who's going? Carvern, Vinny, and are you going, Mortar?
I absolutely am going.
I
Are
can
you,
make 3
are you
people
asking this
invisible.
out loud?
We've all got telepathic bond up.
Okay, so you're all just staring at one another.
I'm talking
Well,
to.
'cause
to
he's just
Kevin.
talking, like he's just rabbiting on. So we're just like, right, okay. Is it you
Have
three?
you ever
going?
made bullets before? Because I've got these friends, Beau and Mortar, and they
Oh,
work with.
hi, Beau.
bullets.
Beau just kind of waves back. Haven't seen you around. You been alright?
Okay.
Yeah, this
Okay,
lot showed me how to
so-
make dead person steel.
So
Wait,
Vinny.
you know each other?
Carvern! Scroll!
Okay, I think it's the 3 of us. We should.
Okay, I'm gonna
Let's
triply
go.
split invisibility on them. You have an hour. Good
And
luck.
through the telepathic
Gone.
bond, I'll be like, make sure if you're going out into city, make sure you don't go alone, and keep an eye out for anyone following you.
Good.
All right.
Noted.
Remind me, what's my situation here? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Not get caught.
No, I
Understood.
literally don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Well,
Romulus
we-
was
we
fully
kind of-
involved.
We want to go and find. I'll probably go get a tavern or something. So if we want to regroup
Some kind of home base.
somewhere quiet, yeah. So I think we should go find a place that's what we can stay at. I
Go
am
ahead.
currently trying to navigate a elemental out of a door without breaking the door.
Make me a history or survival check, please, Ellie.
No, I'll go with history because my survival is ass. History plus 9.
Okay.
I'll double check. Yeah, it is. Sweet. Okay. That's like 16.
16. You remember when you were here last, the name of the tavern/inn you stayed in, which is the same one that you worked with, was it Darwin?
Oh, what? No,
No, not
Corsair.
Darwin.
Corsair,
No.
yeah.
Well, actually, yes. Well, you met Corsair, but also the one where you summoned Treladex, not Treladex, Terrador behind the tavern.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
Twisted
that
Tap.
was my tutor. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't
my
remember.
tutor.
I
That
can't
was,
remember his
I'm pretty
name
sure
now.
I'm pretty sure it's Darwin. I can't
No, Darwin's the
No.
Weros who works with your grandfather.
Look, to be honest with you, it's in a notebook.
Excuse me.
Old tutor. We'll just call him old tutor.
Yeah, we know who we're referring to, and the roll was
Yeah.
high enough. You know that there is a place called the Twisted Tap, and you know that your old tutor, giving you some time to look up the name, is good friends with that individual. So you should be able to use that name to get a place where you can lay low for a bit.
Oh, good lord. I'll try to find that. Where on earth would that even be? Okay. Well, we will start heading to the Twisted Tap.
Or will you? So, yeah, I've worked with Beau before. I've made him cool ammunition. I could probably make dead people ammunition now. I could even spice up your guns now if you want.
Okay, guys, we've
Sick.
got to go. If you want to get to the bank, look at Romulus. If you want to get to the bank, we need to go.
Okay,
Yeah, in the
I
meantime,
will.
if we're
Give me
invisible,
stagger.
we're like
Give me stagger.
going.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
know.
we're telepathically communicating our positions so we don't like just run in different directions.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fine. As you open the door is unlocked. The sign does state closed from the outside, but the door just kind of opens and then closes. You know that there's one person who's just outside. They just kind of look and go, "Huh, must have been the wind," and just keeps walking.
I was good.
I really don't want to hand off
the elemental
Stagger,
out.
considering what we're going into, but I will hand off Stagger and replace it with my Ghost Steel Halberd for the moment.
Neat. All right, I'll get a new blade on this. Bring me back 2,000 gold in. Well, I'll have it done within the day. Won't take me long. Doesn't actually take me that long to make this ghost steel stuff.
Yeah.
That's so worrying.
I can pump these babies out. I can make 3 weapons a day. Anyway.
Ew. I can pump these babies out.
Oh, I've also become quite skilled at smithing, so if I can assist when I come back, that I would be happy to.
Sure. Just know that you can't be handling any of the ghost steel because you're not old. Or
This
dead.
is fair.
I don't have organs. Do I count as dead?
Yeah, probably. You could try. If you remember, you could actually
very
hold the ghost steel
concerned about
stuff.
Oh yeah. Ah, what a life, or not a life in some cases.
Yeah. Well,
All right. What the fucking hell? What notebook is this in?
all right then.
Right.
Well, I'll get started. You go get the money, and the rest of your friends are gone. It's fine. You mentioned somewhere where you could stay, because well, I heard you talking about that.
It was inside forts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, shut up.
It's inside forts. We don't want to
You don't wanna
excite the man too
You
much.
don't want to stay with Kevin?
Oh. Oh God, no.
Get to use my favourite voice. It unnerves everyone, and I love it.
Okay.
Alright then, off with you. Nice skills, by the way.
Let's go.
As he just kind of finger guns towards Carvern before going out back with Stagger, just kind of hefted over his shoulder.
Thanks, it was a group project.
I've been in several of those in my time.
God, I
On
want to know
Vicky.
everything about Kevin's life.
I got there. I
On
got
Vicky.
it. It's on Vicky.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as you head out in your different directions, here's what I'll say. Due to the nature of the time, do we mind overrunning a little bit if we tackle both teams, or do we just want to tackle one of the two teams today?
I don't mind.
I'm easy either way.
Personally, I'm waning,
Okay.
but
In
it's been a busy day.
Yes.
What
I
team are you in?
The slow one.
Okay.
Sorry, the visible one.
The get in the room.
Yeah.
Simon?
yeah, I prefer not to overrun too much, but
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind how we want to.
Here's what we'll
handle
do.
that,
We'll
so-
handle the longer one, which will be the not getting a room now. Because that one we can begin to lay the steps and the foundations for, and then when we come back, because we're obviously off next week, we can go from there. So, as the quiet team in this moment, invisibility is cast on you. You have an hour of invisibility, and because of your imbual mortar, you have about 45 minutes of disguised self as well in the event that you are caught. As you head out, there is a moment of... who was going with you, by the way? It was... Was it Carver?
Yeah, Cavern,
Yes.
Vinny, and Mortar.
Okay. In
That's
which
what
case,
you're referencing.
ignore the comment about the scales that Kevin made. I thought it was Beau that was going with you, not Carver. As Carverne goes with you, she leads the way, heading in that general direction. With a decent survival roll, she otherwise leads you there, heading towards the edge of the mansion. And as you reach the exterior of it, you can see what looks to be a two-story mansion with a third story of what looks to be a slightly higher tower to it. Some form of like observatory that has been built into it. You can see the manor itself is in the middle of where like a market square may have once been. There's this large kind of walkway that runs all the way around the outside with an iron gate or iron fence that surrounds it. You can see there is a gate on the front and the back on two sides of this square place. And you can see that it is guarded by individuals who otherwise stand at the gates on the interior, as well as a few individuals who currently are positioned seemingly in the tower above, keeping an eye on people about. Individuals with crossbows by the looks of it and weapons very much on display. By the looks of them, as you receive the telepathic information and your own information in regards to this, go ahead and roll me insight checks, you two.
Doty doty.
Carverne did not roll very high,
Certainly.
unfortunately. She only got a 7, so it will be down to you two to see if you pick up anything about these guards.
That is
16,
yay.
17.
17,
21.
21. Looking at these, both of you pick up on this to begin with. One, these are not rookies. These are veteran warriors. Quite a lot of them are in their older years to a degree. Not like 50s plus. We're looking at somewhere between 30s and 50s, but they are hardened veterans. They have seen combat, they have fought in it, they have either been to war or something else. With the higher role, Mortar, and having been around them pretty much all your life, these are mercenaries. None of them wear standard uniforms. All of them wear cobbled together uniform and armor that they otherwise have collected over the years or had made for them. And the weapons that they have are all personalized to them, either with kind of wraps that look newer than the weapon itself, or the weapon itself having been taken care of but shows age to them, with different styles from different regions. All of the guards here are mercenaries, and given the state with which you found Beau, that means they're probably very skilled mercenaries, given the fact that Beau was probably one of these people at one point, which means they aren't going to be pushovers.
No. So I
look
think
around.
Mortar, yeah. Sorry, go on.
You looking at the exterior of the household itself. You can see there are several windows on several of the layers, so there's quite a lot of potential to go in or out of this sneakily through windows, as well as noting that there is also a porch roof as well, which could allow you to scale from the ground to that and then into a second story window, should you wish to, if you're going to try and do it sneakily. But the nature of this means that there will be multiple stages to this, and getting everybody in without being seen, especially if there are guards on rotation at night, is going to be far harder than you might like.
Okay. Mortar, I'll pass on the information about the guards going kind of a low whistle as he kind of like admire, like across the telepathic link as he admires kind of the weaponry for a minute, the personalized weapons, and he's like, these guys are no joke. Best guess, these are mercenaries.
Okay. Takes its security seriously.
Yeah,
Was
for
that
sure. Sorry.
the case when you were here last time, Calvin?
Yeah, the only reason they let me in is because I said I was an old friend, and one of the staff members recognized me.
Okay. Well, I mean, despite the fact that the security is kind of tight, there's actually a fair few entrances that can be made out from this place. So,
If it's anything like it
I
was
guess.
before, there will be guards on the interior as well. Once you might raise the alarm
Well,
and get the ones from outside involved.
are there any buildings nearby other than this one?
Yes. So looking
Okay.
looking around, let me quickly. I'll give you a rough drawing of the surroundings here. So let me move all of these up. Get rid of this text thing. So, pen, line, square. If this is, say, for example, his house, it's usually it's more of a rectangular shape in regards to it, with a tower on one side. There is a kind of a gate or a fence that runs around the exterior, followed by a pathway, and then the rest of this is like roads that lead up to it, and buildings that are not necessarily like super close, but close enough that you could quite easily see over the fence or into the windows, that sort of thing. This used to be what quite possibly would have been maybe a market square before it was refurbished into his home.
Okay.
What
I mean, this.
kinds of buildings are they? Are they like
Yeah.
shops or houses or
Mix.
Do
They
they
are
look
both a mix of
dilapidated?
residential, what look to be potentially flats of some form, or apartment buildings, along with just kind of simple corner shops that may have stood the test of time from previous cities or previous times while the city was developing. So there's a mishmash of different ones here. There aren't any that look derelict. It looks like, because this is probably a more higher up end of town, if anything were to happen to any of these buildings, they would be either refurbished or cleared out to make room.
How close are the buildings to each other? Like, apart from obviously his house is in the center, but are they quite close, like buildings? Like,
They have
are there like
alleyways.
alleys?
Yeah.
Amazing.
They have alleys.
Um,
There are quite a lot of them that have these alleyways between the buildings. Ones that would, the best way I can describe it is actually I can draw it. What am I talking about? So let's say, for example, this is a street. So you would have a building here, a building here, then a building here, and a building here, and then you would have a gap, which would be an alleyway, where you'd have another set of 4 buildings.
Perfect.
So that's the sort of
So-
thing that you'd be looking at, and then that it would repeat that with kind of an alleyway in between sets of 4, or something similar.
Beautiful. Mortar is going to suggest over the telepathic link that we find one of these alleys, hunker down in them, make sure that it's kind of isolated from anybody, and then he would like to cast Arcane Eye and begin scouting out the environment.
Okay.
With Vinny and Carvern being his lookouts, but he will suggest that over the telepathic link. He'll be so. I can get an eye in this. I can get an eye in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will break my invisibility if I cast it. So I need a place that's dark, and I need a place that's quiet. No eyes on me. Do you reckon we can find a place?
we can have a look. It might be worth scouting individual buildings, seeing if any of them are disused long term.
I like it. Yeah, get a lay of the land properly before we kind of go.
If we can't do that, we should ask people with flying familiars.
Again, I have arcane eye, so I can investigate those. That's no trouble.
Right, let's find a side alley then.
Okay. Yeah.
I would
Lead the way.
like each of you to make me an investigation or survival
Okay.
for this.
In investigation, that's a 21.
You won.
Oh my word.
Playing with Denny
Uh,
twice there.
That is
What's up?
that is a yeah, I know, that's amazing. That is a 25 for survival.
25 on survival, and it was a 21 on investigation, did you say?
Yes.
Oh,
As you wander around looking at some of these alleyways, you can see that quite a lot of them are abandoned, as they would be. They're either dust or mud in some form. What may have once been a kind of a brick path hasn't been left to disrepair a little bit. But there's enough room for there to be barrels or boxes kind of stacked in some of these areas, old ones, quite a few of them covered in mold, broken, kind of disheveled and left. You otherwise travel around a number of these. You find some which look more out of the way than others, which is quite useful and good information to know. As you're traveling about, go ahead and both roll me stealth checks as well. You don't.
We gain advantage because of invisibility.
Due to the nature of invisibility, I give it advantage because, yes, but so you roll with advantage because I allow it. Rules as written, it doesn't, which is stupid. But go ahead and roll with advantage.
Right.
Is the
Do
rules
I
written that you
gain-
get disadvantage on
Perception.
perception checks? Yeah.
Yeah, which
That's
doesn't affect
really
passive
weird.
perception,
Minus
which is
the passive.
stupid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't affect
So-
passive perception, which is dumb.
So with my stealth, I gain expertise when I'm in darkness, but that would not apply here, despite
I'll
that.
say you'll keep the proficiency but not the expertise because you're technically
Beautiful.
not and also in
Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird one. I'll say you're not in
It's a
darkness,
weird
but
one,
you'll
for
keep
sure.
the proficiency even though you're in broad daylight.
Okay,
Yeah.
so rolling with advantage.
Yes. And speaking of which, I
Okay,
actually need
okay.
to roll for weather. I forgot. That's a thing I need to do.
Yeah, we've been inside for so long. So
Yeah,
underground.
honest.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, Vinny.
Let's see.
You
Okay,
have a luck
I'll
point,
spend a
bro.
luck point.
Yeah, I was about to say, please.
So
So
it'll be the 2 or...
I
Come on.
need... No, that's my travel table. Where's my
It's
weather?
not fantastic, but
Where's my weather document?
It's
You're a
gone.
rogue, but
There it is.
fingers crossed.
Random encounters. Okay, so what did the two of you get?
I got a 21.
21 and Vinny?
just a 14, I'm afraid. But
14. Okay.
What did you
The
roll?
weather today, actually, going off of the weather previously, it is not sunny out. It is actually raining. It's not high winds by any means. It's kind of mid winds. You can hear the whistling and the howling as it is kind of traveling through the infrastructure around here in this grid-like pattern. 1 minute it's calm and you've got buildings to break the wind for you, and then you move into an area of kind of high aero traffic, and all of a sudden you're kind of buffeted a little bit. And it is raining, so there is a possibility you might get spotted for, rain disappearing around a weird shape, but at the same time, it's not something that people seem to be trying to look for. So, between the two of you, you otherwise manage to remain sneaky about this. If there were where the guards are kind of standing out and they are looking about the crowds, they don't notice weird shapes moving about, they don't notice individuals kind of moving in strange directions if they would accidentally bump into you or anything like that. It's one of those where they aren't they don't see you in this moment. As you find one of these alleyways, it's a relatively good one. You hunker down. You have this moment as you as you have the opportunity to potentially cast Arcane Eye if you would like. Meanwhile, Carvern and Vinny will guard the entrances.
So Mortar specifically tries to almost find kind of a slight. So like you've got the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a slight kind of indent in the wall where like a potential door might be, like a that he could potentially hide from kind of the rain against?
Here's what I'll say. Roll me 2 things. 1 a perception, and then 1 just a regular d20.
Okay, I have advantage perception. Does that apply?
Yep, that would be. Okay. Yeah, that would apply here.
Okay, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's a +9 for perception. Yes, it is. And sorry, what was the second roll?
Second roll was just a flat d20. So what's the perception?
Okay, so that is a 19 on the perception, and the d20 is a 6.
6. Okay. As you're looking around some of the alleyways, in this instance, kind of looking for doorways that could potentially work, the alleyway that you do head down, you have a look, and there isn't necessarily a doorway that you can work, but there is a nice stack of boxes that you could nestle yourself between to be hidden. With the high enough perception, you note that there is almost a blind spot from this point.
Perfect. Mortar will dip in that specific region, kind of nestle himself in there. He will take the full minute to cast Arcane Eye. The invisibility drops as he does so, casting the spell. And he sets forth this orb, this kind of invisible scrying orb into the air, and just kind of goes completely kind of blank in the face as this small orb kind of floats slightly above the rooftops, just to kind of see, almost drone-like, the general lay of the land, like if there are any other additional tricks.
Getting a lay of the land and having a look around here, the Arcane Eye travels up and begins to get a better look at the surrounding area. As you get the kind of more of a bird's eye view of this, you can count what looks to be, where it was a little bit more difficult getting a full view of how many guards there are. Now that you have a bit more of a working knowledge of this and you can get a bird's eye view, it seems to be that there are about 6 guards that are on watch at all times.
Amazing.
1 at each of the gates, 2 that are walking around the building, and 2 that are up in the observatory.
So something I would also like to try, obviously we're all on a telepathic bond. What Mortar would like to do using his mind kind of magic is he would like to try to broadcast that same feed into certain people's heads, so that they also get a clear picture as to kind of what Mortar is seeing, almost in kind of a live format, like he is kind of almost a broadcaster in a way. I think so. He would like to do it where it's not necessarily an intrusive, like, oh, you suddenly stop functioning because this thing is beamed into your head. It's more of the information is being passed to everybody respectively through the image that Mortar is basically kind of leaking into the telepathic bond.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. For this, just roll me a wisdom check. Because this would be just using your spell casting.
I'm pretty sure I've got a +5 to wisdom. Yes, I do. Oh my fucking word.
Yeah?
That was so scary. That's a 22.
As you focus on the... who are you broadcasting this to?
So, Vinny and Carvern are my lookout.
Yep.
And I don't really want to distract. So I think I'm going to broadcast this specifically to Ellie.
Okay.
because because of her kind of intelligence, she may spot something of note that Mortar does not, and also he's going to send it to. I think he's going to send it to Beau and to Kirv as well, because Kirv, in case there's anything on the slightly more sinister side that could potentially get noticed, like maybe something a bit more underhanded, like or potentially noting religious iconography or something along those lines. And Beau more for potentially recognizing certain mercenaries and potentially tactics which they might use should he know of them.
Okay. With the three of them receiving this information, Ellie, you otherwise get a good visual of the house itself and what you would see. Kirv, you don't see anything that would stand out in terms of religious iconography, but the house looks posh. It's not like a tower that would be in hell for someone who would be of a high station, but it is definitely a sign of, oh, this person has money. And for Beau, as Beau has a look over a number of them, let's see. Beau, that is a 17 on his insight. As he looks about over them, he notes that he knows a few of them, and he knows that some of them, mainly the ones who use firearms, ones who he's worked with or trained with previously, they're ones who tend to keep a distance, and they aren't very well suited for confrontation in close combat. And they're the ones in the tower.
Fantastic. I think then, kind of as Mortar kind of leaks this information out, he checks in with Vinny and Carvern, making sure that everything's clear.
Vinny, make me a perception check. And I'll roll for Carvern as well.
Okay.
Carvern didn't do too bad. What's Carvern's perception? Hey, Carvern did pretty well. Carvern got a 22.
Oh yeah.
And what did Vinny get?
And 21.
Okay. Keeping your eyes out. This being definitely something that you and Carvern would have done in the past. The two of you keep an eye out. Nobody seems to take note. Nobody seems to come down the alleyway or make any attention to do so. None of the guards seem to be drawn to anything in particular. With the arcane eye being invisible as well, it's a matter of you're able to get away with this to a certain degree, as you're just kind of keeping an eye. Nothing seems to happen. As Mortar, you begin to take in more of this information. As you do so, I think while the Arcane Eye is having a look around, we will end the session there, because that would be a good time to go to the other group to potentially have them work on their bits and pieces. So, for the stream, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will be back in a fortnight. We are not back next week, as myself and Kirv will be going out to a friend's because they have a pumpkin event going on. So we'll be going there.
Nice.
So it won't be about, but then we
What
will
about
be back
Rebecca, though?
week after on the 12th. Wow.
Can't believe you're taking Kirv and not me.
Honestly, it's frankly quite upsetting, actually.
Hey, look, I don't know about you, but Kirv would probably enjoy mucking about with pumpkins and seeing all of this. Meanwhile, Rebecca, you don't like to go outside. It's dirty.
Whoa! Way to call me out.
Yep.
Blue.
So,
Called out on stream as well.
yep.
Guys,
On
I
fucking
think
stream.
So
the great thing is we've established that like our team is team recon, you guys are team tactics, because you guys can start like formulating some kind of tactic plan.
Well, I've already got a question I already know I want to ask, but I'm going to have to try and write it down and remember.
do you want to ask it now, and I might be able to answer it on the spot, or should I?
Okay.
Leave it for next week.
If he looks in
perhaps?
the windows, can he see something that consists of a study in the tower?
in the
If
tower,
that's the case, there's potential for dimension dooring, looking around all the windows.
Shit. Good shit.
in the I'll say, using the arcane eye to look around, you can see a large majority of a lot of the rooms on the exterior of this. But we will get to those full details next week, I think. There is a study, but it's not in the tower.
The great
Okay,
thing about
cool.
the spell is, along with the telepathic bomb, we have you guys can tell me where to go, and I can send it there.
Yeah. I'm
That's
glad that
huge.
I did the telepathic bond thing. God, that's such a
Dude,
good spell that I
that's like-
picked up. Holy crap.
That's
It
so-
is.
But
You're gonna
look at this
miss that.
synergy.
You're gonna miss that when we get to campaign 3.
Look at this synergy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have any telepathic shit. Just rage. Just fury and rage.
Yeah, that's alright. So, for the stream, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you in a fortnight. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.